Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder before we get to our award-winning podcast that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
It happened again.
That snuck up on me.
You snuck up on us, too. We were shocked over here.
Yeah, me too. That's on me. Put that one on me, Coach.
How long were we sitting here again?
Just right away, it shook me. So I was like, we're on the air.
Here we go. Yep.
Coming at you.
Well, we got to blame our board op. It's not you, Dana.
No, it's the guy running the board. It's the guy pushing the buttons over there. It's his fault.
All right. Yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah, it was jarring to me, too. Apologize, boys.
I was kicked back. Cubby was kicked back. You were almost asleep, Josh.
I was this close.
Almost asleep. But now we're rolling.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, kind of like the ice bucket challenge, just kind of, whoa, okay, all right.
Well, what happened is I thought, God, that sounds a lot like the intro to the show. Then I realized, oh, no, that's the intro to the show.
Thank God your hearing is still somewhat on the level. I can't hear Dick,
I had no idea what time it was.
Here we go. Everybody feeling all right?
Pretty good. How about yourself? How late did you stay up for your birthday yesterday?
Oh, wow. You know how it is when you hit 54.
Oh, I'd imagine. Did you even go to bed? Some might ask.
Man, we went out somewheres around 6 p.m. I don't think we got back to the house until near 8:30.
That's perfect.
That's the sweet spot right there.
A little long on a work night, but still.
We had a nice time. Yes, we did.
Did your brother show up for his birthday party?
He did. He's been doing that for all of my 54 years, showing up for my birthday party.
How's he doing?
He's in trouble.
Oh, no.
He's in big trouble.
Legal, otherwise?
A little bit of everything, yeah.
Well, the Bourne family likes to keep it fun, that's for sure.
For Christ's sake. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Josh, we had a nice night. Hey, if your house pet isn't feeling all right these days, later on this morning we can try and help you out. Our special guest, Dr. Andrea Johnston from Gurman Animal Hospital, will take your pet questions. We'll give you some time, starting now, to text in a question or two. The telephone text number is 651-989-9393. That's how you can reach us. Dr. Andrea will be jumping into the mix at FN 820, 825, 830. Summer's in that wheelhouse. And we sure hope that your little puppy or kitty are feeling better soon. Pay attention at 6 this morning. What is that now? 17 minutes from now? Do I have the correct time?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention at 6.
We'll be ready for that one.
Yeah, we will. I promise. I'll give you a warning for that one.
Pay attention for a new bit. We got a new gimmick loaded up around here, a new way you could make some extra beer money. So we got that going on, too. There's a lot of excitement in the building over this, Josh. Some nerves, but a lot of excitement.
Yeah, I agree. We've mentioned this many times over the year. Anytime you hear a station giving away big money, that means we're in some serious trouble. Big, big, big trouble. And that trouble starts at 6 a.m. today. $5,000 a day, though. Who can afford that?
F me. All right, so we're just minutes away from letting you in on that. Now's the time, now would be a good time to address something that Dana found yesterday on social media. Let's see where we can go with this. So Dana's a social media type of guy.
We've told him not to be, but he insists upon it. Yeah, I think you have a bit of an addiction almost.
I'm doing better. I'm doing it less and less. But yes, there have been times where it's like I'm too addicted to this.
It's, from what I understand, you don't enjoy it, but you can't stop going over there.
That's pretty much the truth.
You make your friends online. You trade funny videos. You make your cute jokes.
What if we got you a shock collar?
That might help.
You know, maybe Dr. Andrea can recommend a shock collar for you.
Yeah.
And anytime you open up X or whatever one you enjoy, we can just shock you
Just
a little
zap
bit.
me a little bit.
And I'm not going after you. I mean people in general. This is what you post pictures of a cheeseburger that you made on the grill, followed by the words nom, nom, nom. You proclaim your children to be the most brilliant beings in the universe, even though everyone knows that they're just average children. What else is social media good for? Oh, you fish for compliments.
Yep.
You threaten strangers over their assumed political affiliation. You make quick and wildly misinformed judgments about someone's occupational situation. You place blame. You act as if you have the inside information despite the fact that you know absolutely zero about the situation. So Dana was hanging out on social media, and after all I just summed up, Josh, why wouldn't you, right?
Well, I see the appeal.
Yeah.
I just made 4 accounts.
Dana was hanging out on social media, and he saw a statement there from someone that we know, a friend. You told us the statement yesterday off air, and I found it to be very interesting. So go ahead. What did this friend of ours directly say on social media? Exactly.
They said that they were interested in getting peed on.
But those weren't the exact words. When you delivered it yesterday, it was a little bit different. It was something. Do you have to? You don't have it in front. Oh, they deleted it.
Yeah, I don't have it directly in front of me, but yeah, they just said
That's
that.
why we're not giving out the name, by the way, because they deleted it, so maybe they don't want their... Well, obviously they don't want to be associated with it.
When you told us yesterday, I thought it was something more like, I have a weird craving.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Craving.
it was something like, I have a weird craving to be peed on. Mm-hmm. Now, that's funny stuff right there. The statement was out there for a brief amount of time, and then it was taken down. Well, you know, it was just a thought. You know, people get cravings.
Oh, sure. And, you know, social media is one of those things where sometimes it's like, oh, I have a thought, and then people post it. And then maybe some of the response or maybe some clarity later on, you think, I better take that down. That's not what I meant. I don't want to represent that.
I've got a sudden craving to get peed on.
I've never had that craving.
It was funny when
I pee on myself almost every day inadvertently. That
A little
splashback. That urinal that we've got up front, I think it's mad at us.
Oh, and your hose that I hear that spray, man. You can hear it from down the hall, man. You've got some pressure on that.
It's on account of my narrow urethra. You're right. There's a lot of pressure.
Everybody's different. But that grabbed me.
Yeah.
And I hope that he or she took the statement down because they got what they wanted. I really do. I hope they took the post down because their mission was accomplished.
And reading that tweet reminded me of a story from about 6 or 7 years ago. Me and a group of friends were hanging out at a bar on Saturday afternoon. Another friend comes and joins us, and she brings a friend from work. Hey, this is Sarah. You know, we work with Sarah, you know. And so she joins the group, and she's not saying much. You know, she's just very nice. And, you know, because when you get up with a group of friends you don't know too well, you know, it's tough to interject. You're just kind of finding your bearings a little bit.
Sure.
And the topic of sex comes up. You know, have you done this? Have you done that? You know, this, you know, just kind of having some laughs, nothing serious.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Excuse me.
I heard that
Yeah.
coming, by the way.
I know you did. Yeah, I had to do that.
It was like seeing a silhouette in a tunnel from far away,
Yes.
that phlegm. Yeah, I saw that approach.
I told you to stop eating Captain Crunch right before we
I
go on the...
I know. You tell me every day, but I can't resist. Anyway, so we're having this conversation, you know, have you done this, have you done that? And she hasn't said much, just kind of laughing and smiling along. And
This
then,
is Sarah hasn't said much.
yes,
the new gal.
The new gal, Sarah, hasn't said much. And then all of a sudden she goes, you know what? If a guy wanted to pee on me, I'd be down. We're just kind of
Nice to meet you.
Exactly.
We've had that situation, not that exact, but close.
Yeah, and like not judging her for it or anything. It was just kind of like a welcome to the conversation type of thing. Like, whoa, all right.
How many?
Sarah's down to party.
How many offers did she receive?
She went home with one of her friends.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I like the sounds of this, Sarah.
HVAC God Jesus suggests that maybe somebody took her phone and posted it. I didn't consider that.
That could have been it too.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe he or she left the phone sitting around.
Oh, we're talking about our friend again?
Yeah.
Now? Oh,
made that post.
Our friend who posted, I have a sudden craving to be urinated upon. Maybe it wasn't really them who sent that message out to.
It's possible, yeah, and then
Sure.
they realized it.
Plenty of you are texting in 651-989-9393. Again, is how you get a hold of us. Plenty of you are texting in and guessing which friend of ours might have made this statement on social media. So far, no one's even come close to being correct. You likely don't even know this friend, but it is a friend of ours.
Procrastinator Jesus agrees somebody might have just taken their phone and posted something like that.
I suppose. Sure. Your story of Sarah, who, man, what a fun person to have at a house party.
Let's just launch that out there for the taking.
Do you know her well at this point?
No, I've met her a couple times since then, but
I was going to ask if she became a friend and this is just kind of how she is.
no, yeah, I guess I don't know too much about her. Again, it was, a friend brought her with as a coworker, like, hey, do you want to come hang out with the crew? And I've met her a couple times in passing since, but that's kind of like the one thing I know about her is that she just launched out loud to a group of people she's known for 5 minutes that, yeah, if a guy wants to pee on me, he can pee on me.
Now, I've never said that, but I've certainly been in some situations where I realize I don't know how to have small talk, and maybe I'll blurt something out and immediately go, God dang it, why did I say that? Or why did that come out that way?
What did you say?
I can't think of a specific, but I brought up topics that just didn't make any sense to what was going on. I was just kind of struggling, trying to figure something out.
And you said something.
Yeah, I know. I remember the feeling more than the words.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'll wake up at 2 in the morning, be able
yeah.
to write it down this weekend for you because it'll pop in my head.
I'm surprised you were even able to get to sleep that night.
Well, it depends on. Sometimes what'll happen is so many things occurred since then that I'll forget.
You've got other things to worry about. There are prior things that keep you up at night. Eventually, you'll get around to this one keeping you up at night.
A little inside info. Well, maybe not to you guys, but inside info. There's plenty of times on my way home, I'm just kind of, like decompressing or whatever you want to say. My way home from work, excuse me.
Sure.
And something will pop in my head that maybe I said and it didn't work out or whatever. And I'm just like, God dang it. God, that sucks. And there's even days where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. And maybe when I get up, I'm going to feel better about this. I start to sweat. It's just, it can be bad.
You are so truly fascinating with all of your little mental issues. You spend the majority of your life just torturing yourself. You do.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I deserve it.
Right, you do. Okay, so a friend of ours got on social media and expressed a desire to be urinated upon. The message was up there. Then suddenly it was gone. Great story. Everyone's texting it and guessing. No, it wasn't Donnie. No, it wasn't Big Al. But speaking of Donnie, a friend of mine who I tell a lot of Donnie stories on this program, he doesn't always appreciate it, but I tell him anyway. Your story of Sarah at your house party, Dana, reminded me of a night that Donnie hosted a party. Big party. We were still young, too. This was the night, Josh, where I had a girlfriend at the time, and she invited her friend. Let's also call her Sarah. There was my girlfriend, Missy. Missy invited her friend, Sarah, to come to Donnie's house party. And this is the story I've told you before, Josh, where when my girlfriend, Missy, called Sarah on the phone and said, hey, me and Nick are going to a party tonight. You're welcome to come with. And the gal responded by saying, oh, hell yeah, I'm up for a 93X party. And Missy, my girlfriend, had to say, a what? No, it's Nick's friend. It's just a house party. For whatever reason, there have been people over the years who assume that we here at the radio station constantly hang out together. Everything we do is 93X related, which is probably is the furthest thing from the truth, really. So anyway, that was the first little stupid comment that this gal made. Oh, I'm up for a 93X party. What do you think? We're going to be hanging around handing out CDs and playing Candlebox all night long? No, it's just so anyway.
It's with your high school buddies, you know?
Right. So I bring my girlfriend Missy to Donnie's house party. We bring this Sarah gal, Missy's friend, and I didn't know this. She was a character. At one point or another, Sarah, the friend, had enough drinks in her to where she's kind of leading a conversation with all strangers. She had just met everyone at this party. At one point or another, she's leading a conversation where she's explaining that she doesn't consider anal sex cheating. And I get wind of this, and I move in a little closer because I got to get a piece of this. And again, she repeats herself. You know, I don't consider anal sex cheating if a guy wants to have anal sex, you know, even if I have a boyfriend. I don't consider that a big deal. In that moment...
Now, that's fascinating.
That's some logic right there.
You used the word fascinating for me earlier. I find that fascinating.
And why wouldn't you? In that moment, as she completed that sentence, Donnie, the host of the party, walks over, extends his hand, and says, "Nice to meet you, I'm Donnie."
We had a girl in high school who she essentially orally pleased the entire soccer team and had a boyfriend. And I thought it was just one of those, the girl with the hot dog, the guy masturbating on the bus, just one of those BS stories.
Urban legend.
Yeah, that every high school has.
Right.
But it turns out she admitted it fully. And she said the same thing. Well, it's not cheating. It's not sex.
Right.
She's just providing, that release, I guess.
This was at your little old Catholic school?
Yeah.
There was a gal beejing the whole operation?
She got the nickname Hoover after that, which stuck, unfortunately, and I feel bad at this point. Everybody called her Hoover.
Hoover?
Including myself.
But she embraced her character?
Yeah, she did. She did embrace it.
Good for her.
That relationship she was in did not last. But,
what?
I mean, most high school relationships don't, but this one was immediately ended at that point when they figured it out.
We should have had her at some of those 93X parties.
I could see her being one of the X-girls or even salespeople back in the day. Just that same style attitude around here.
Oh, we had some wild ones back in the day.
Definitely.
I think over the years, Josh, I would be way more apt to go to, even though I've been employed here for 30 years, anytime during that 30 years, if you asked me to go to a party, I'd be way more apt to go to a regular house party than a 93X party.
Me too. Our coworkers don't even go to our 93X parties.
Oh, no.
I don't remember the last time a coworker has shown up.
Nope. Nick, to that story you said about that friend Sarah who said that, anal isn't considered cheating.
That's not cheating.
It's not cheating. I know some women who have had logic like that in the past where they said, well, I'm saving myself for marriage, so I only do anal.
Yeah, that was a Catholic thing, too.
Was it?
Yeah.
What do you mean that was a Catholic thing?
Like some people would get around the guilt of saying, well, that's not sex. That's different. That's anal. It's not. They're not penetrating my privates.
Oh boy!
I'm more graphic than I meant it to be, and I'll be thinking about that on my way home today.
I'll set a reminder to text you to tell you not to worry about it. I thought it was funny.
Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Yeah, we got text messages coming in. I used to deliver lube by the truckload while we were talking about the old days. I used to deliver lube by the truckload. Jesus has texted in to say, whatever happened to the ex-girls? Well, there was a bus crash. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. They just stopped hiring them. I really couldn't tell you the answer to that question, whatever happened to the ex-girls. I don't know. So they were here and then they were gone. I just work here. I don't hire anybody.
People don't tell us things.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'll have to go to social media for the real answer.
Oh, social media has your answer.
Yeah, they can fill you in.
That's perfect. It is. You want to know what the hell's going on around here, you ask social media. They'll give you the correct answer with details. I don't know. But I miss them.
Do you mind sharing the story of a gentleman you ran into at the bar who had some information on a coworker of ours?
Oh, now I thought you were headed in one direction. Then I'm sorry. One more time.
He knew some information on he asked you about somebody.
Yes.
You gave that person the information. You worked with the person for decades, and he refused to believe you.
Was this person that worked here you're referring to a female?
No, it was a male.
Well, then I
He
don't.
wanted to know.
Was it about a name?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was great. That was a great moment. Yeah, folks, they just convince themselves they have all the answers. So I'm trying to tell this without.
Yeah, it's not an easy one.
Not that I would be getting myself in trouble or anyone in trouble. I'm just trying to tell this.
Well, the gist is he had a radio name.
Yeah.
And the guy said, "Hey, is this so-and-so's name?"
Right. Well, okay, thank you, Josh. Now I can piece it together. Let's say that at one point in time we had a prominent character here at the radio station called Numbnuts, okay? Numbnuts had a lot of followers and a lot of listeners. Numbnuts was a very popular character at this radio station. I think I'm headed in the right direction, and I think I'm going to be able to tell the story properly. Yeah, so I worked with Numbnuts. Josh worked with Numbnuts for many, many, many years. Every day we worked with the guy, every day. And one afternoon I'm at the bar. So Numbnuts worked with us for 10 years, left, went somewhere else for a few years, came back. I'm at the bar one afternoon, and a guy that I knew very well, not a stranger, a guy that I knew very well walks up to me and says, "Hey, I hear Numbnuts is back." And I said, yeah, he was around for a long time. He left, and now he's back. And this pal of mine says, "God, what's his real name again?" And I said, "Donnie Johnson," which was the correct answer. And this guy that I was standing there with, he goes, No, that's not it. And I said, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Oh, no, Donnie Johnson's not his real name." And I said, You're going to answer this question for me? I said, "I worked with the guy for 10 years. "No, that's not it," he says. "Why would you not take my word for it?"
And why ask if he thought you weren't a reliable narrator?
Right. No, I'll never forget. No, that's not it, he says. "What are you talking about? That's not it."
Hey, I know we got to give away $1,000 here, but I wanted to address a text. So anal sex doesn't count as regular sex, according to some people. And I forgot that it had a name. People are reminding me that's called the Poophole Loophole.
I had forgotten all about that, too.
How did we forget that? That is so good. And the time we learned about it was from people texting in. God, I can't believe we forgot.
No.
But that's kind of fun when you learn it all over again.
Yes,
isn't
it is. Yes, it is.
Thank you for that.
We're always busy trying to hook you up around here. Brotherhood, sisterhood. Always busy trying to hook. It's just how we were raised. Here's your shot at winning $1,000 with something we call 5K a day. Text the national keyword bank, B-A-N-K. Text the national keyword bank to 95819 now for your chance to win. I'm telling you right now.
Note that's a different number. Pay attention to that part.
Right.
95819. That's the one you want to text.
The national keyword is bank. The number is 95819. We'll text you to confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't text and drive. Don't be foolish with this. That's your national keyword for today. Bank 95819. It's the 5K a day gimmick. Listen for keywords daily at 6 a.m. We're going to do this up and down. 6 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, 6. 6 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. 5K a day. Get her done. Get that money. I thought that was pretty good for a first try.
Yeah, I like that.
The Poophole.
That's our State Fair T-shirt next year.
That's brilliant.
It'll be if you're a podcaster, is that the proper term, Josh? Podcaster?
Yes.
Where you don't listen live necessarily, you listen on your computer or however podcasting is done.
Time-shifted listening, whenever you got time.
Time-shifted listening. Who came up with that?
I'm not sure. It wasn't me. I also didn't come up with the Poophole Loophole, but I wish I did.
If you're a podcaster, I almost guarantee that the title of today's podcast will be Poophole Loophole.
Yeah, if that gets approved, that's what we're going to do.
If it's not, the next time you see me, you can call me a jackwagon. Yeah, my old radio partner, Josh. Who? Josh. No, that's not it. God.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Why the F would you not take my word for that?
My wife does that to me, though, where she'll ask something that I'd most likely know and versus her, right? And I'm not saying it's like something a smart guy would know, but something basic like the address of the radio station. And she'll do that. Nah, that can't be it. Like, well, I worked there. I know exactly the address of the radio station. So I've been in that same spot by my own wife. She's put me there.
Frustrated. Do you get frustrated?
Well, more confused than anything. And
Jesus.
she's like, why did we even do this if you weren't going to take my word for it?
Yeah, there was another time at the bar where some old-timer was talking about radio, and the sumbitch knows that I work in the business. I've known him since I was a kid. But he starts popping off. He's had too many Steve Weisers talking about some guy that he knows that cut an ad for Oscar Mayer Wieners. I'm just...
Sure.
I know a guy who cut a radio ad for Oscar Mayer Wieners when they first became a thing in 1942, and he's still getting paid for it to this day. And I said, I don't think a guy cut an ad in 1942 and he's still... No, he says. No, that's how it works in the business. And I said, well, I work in the... No. And there was one other guy at the bar who just looked at me and shook his head as if he was saying, I don't know why they don't believe you, but they're going with it. Still getting paid to this day.
Sometimes you're lucky if you get paid in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, he has a good gig.
You had to be there. We'll take a break like we were saying. Yes, John.
I'm sorry, one more text. I've never heard this. No, it's along those lines.
Yeah.
A person who asks you a question and doesn't accept your answer, they're called an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
That's also perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. Dr. Andrea Johnston will be visiting us later. Feel free to text in now if you have a question about your beloved house pet. The poor sumbitch ain't feeling well, or his leg does this, or he's scratching bad over here. Feel free to text now. 651-989-9393 if you have a question for Dr. Andrea. We'll get to her a little bit later, about 8:20. Coming up next will be the stupid news when we catch our breath on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Football season is here.
Oh, man.
Believe has the podcast to enhance your football experience.
We got to embarrass them into doing things the right way.
From the pros
Definitely one of the most interesting quarterback rooms ever.
to college
Michigan is set at 8.5 wins.
to fantasy.
If you feel that way, why didn't you trade him?
Become a better fan and listen to the football podcasts from Believe.
Oh, man.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Come on, dude. We're live, for God's sake, Josh.
Yeah, and this time we had a bit of a warning. It's good.
It's just, go sit in your own chair. We're back on the air now.
Can I at least just abut mine right next to you?
You've got your own chair. And through that entire commercial break and that song, he's sitting right on top of me. Go sit in your own chair. We got to get into character.
Gotta have some boundaries.
We're friggin' live.
Just gonna put these fuzzy handcuffs away.
Man, I remember years ago, Josh, off air, he just kept saying, kiss me, kiss me. And I said, look, dude, I probably shouldn't even be banging you. You know, that was off
The
air.
Poophole, Loophole.
Where are we going with this? The stupid news? I wonder if some of you remember this one. We're starting off with a stupid news update. It's a stupid news update. The two Chinese kids at a restaurant who pissed in a hot pot. We've got an update. Now, what's a hot pot again? Just like a big barrel of soup or something like that?
Yeah, is it? I know I've had one. Or
is it strictly a Chinese thing, or can I go to a restaurant here?
It was at a Chinese restaurant. I don't know if it's strictly a Chinese restaurant or Chinese thing.
You ever seen a hot pot here in town?
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
So it's not something that I got to go all the way to China to experience. No. A hot pot.
Actually, there's a place right here on campus, I think. I think that's where we went.
A big barrel of soup, a big barrel of stew, some kind of a thing. We got an update on the two Chinese kids who pissed in a hot pot. We covered this story when it first cut loose. The two kids, well, more so their parents, have to go ahead now and pay a $300,000 fine for what their kids did with the peeing into the hot pot.
Oh, man.
That's a lot of money.
Can't even imagine.
No matter where you come from, Cubby.
And I grew up, and we didn't have a hot pot to piss in. And I know you're in the same boat. Mm-hmm. I can't. If my parents had a $300,000 bill, meaning like they owed,
right?
They would never be able to pay it off. I mean, I'm being right now. I would never be able to pay that off.
No way.
That kind of reminds me of when everybody was downloading music in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they just handpicked a couple people to find. It's a couple 17-year-old kids and find them like $400,000 for downloading a Metallica song, and their parents are like, "What the hell's going on here?"
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are involved. I think they reuse these hot pots like it's oil, right, or whatever, like a fondue. Maybe I should have described it that way.
There we go.
Someone did just text in and say it's like a Chinese fondue setup.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
But F me running. If my kid, especially if my kid performed such a disgusting, stupid act and cost me $300,000, I'm not playing games. That is no longer my child. And I'm being serious with you. He or she's out of my life. And maybe when they're 35 years old and they give me a telephone call, maybe I answer.
I told you this before, but maybe 2009, a friend of mine, his son, they were into bottle rockets, he and his son. Not bottle rockets, just rockets. They were into that. They like to build the rockets together, shoot them off, and things like that. And the rule was, so his son, I think, was 13 at the time. The rule was, this is something that you and Dad do. Dad can make sure we're safe and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, he got a little too excited because they had the biggest one they'd ever had. The kids set it off, and they lived kind of on a rural property. Unfortunately, it caused a big fire, burned down their neighbor's fence, and it was a huge fence because they had huge property and they had livestock. And the what would you call that? Like The fire department had to pull out a helicopter where they're scooping up lake water and dumping on there.
Oh, no.
So at first, the bill was going to be $500,000, right, to fix all this stuff. And then they ended up getting it down to $100,000.
Oh, that's more manageable.
It sounds better, right, than $500,000, but it's $100,000 because the kid couldn't wait. I was there when we were together when he got that phone call. And I just saw his entire soul leave his body.
The dad or the
dad?
kid? And did the dad disown the child and reject that child for the rest of his life?
They ended up maintaining a relationship, but let me just say, it was strained.
That wouldn't work for me. So, 2 Chinese kids go to a restaurant, take a piss in a hot pot, and now their folks are on the hook for $300,000. That's a damn shame. You know, if those Chinese kids just hung around with their bros lighting loud farts like the other kids their age.
Get real quick.
I'll be honest, when you said it was a stupid news update and you mentioned from China, I was hoping that was where we were going. I was hoping that maybe those guys lit some more farts on fire.
I hope this isn't too much of a letdown. I hope.
People are saying, hey, are you sure you don't mean yen? Well, the story said dollars.
You know what the hell? What the hell's the difference? A lot of money.
Well, there's a big difference, but yeah, it's the story says dollars.
There's more fun to be had here. The 2 boys, and I'm not effing around. One of them has the last name Wu, and by God, I swear the other one has the last name Tang.
Pretty cool.
On that fateful night, the 2 of them took turns standing on a restaurant table and whizzing into the hot pot thing. And, of course, they filmed every bit of it because kids are stupid and it's 20 and 25. And, of course, they posted the video on that godless, soulless, and wildly misinformed social media because kids are stupid and it's 20 and 25. It wasn't enough just to have the video to keep for themselves. They posted it for everyone to... Also, along with the $300 effing grand that the 2 kids' families have to come up with, a judge has ordered the 2 little virgin jackholes to issue apologies in the local papers.
That'll cost a couple bucks, too.
They got to issue full-on, heartfelt apologies and post them in a couple of the local newspapers. The judge who decided on all this, he said this kind of behavior can no longer be dismissed as a simple prank. Word up, Judge, I agree. Authorities in China have been dealing with other food safety issues related to pranks and such. It says here a few months ago, the police arrested a 63-year-old man for allegedly pissing in the soft drink machine at a few different supermarkets in town.
A few different.
Why are you taking
so
a piss
gross.
in the soft drink? What do they call that? The super soft drink machine. What did they call it at Buffalo Wild Wings? Didn't they have a cool name for it? They called it the ultimate...
I don't know. Well, there's the Coke Freestyle machine. Is that
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, those are fun.
Anyway.
They're fun until you're behind people that have never used one before. Mm-hmm. Less fun.
Yeah.
I've never tried to operate a Coke Freestyle machine. What does it mean to be freestyle up there?
Well, you can freestyle. You just go up there and you riff it. You're like, oh, I'll throw in some vanilla. Oh, I'll throw in some cherry. Oh, I want Dr. Pepper. I'll throw some Coke in there. You can mix it all together.
I couldn't handle that. Why is a 63-year-old man taking a squeege in the how do you call it, soft drink machine?
He wants to stick it to the man.
Yeah, but the man's not going to get stuck. It's going to be guys like you and me.
Why is anyone urinating on anything other than a toilet, I guess, is where I should go with that.
It's got to be a sexual thing, right? Don't you think?
It could be because it involves the pecker.
Yeah, I with the old guy. The young kids, it's a prank because they're hoping they're going to get a series like Jackass.
The old guy, you're probably right. It gives him a bone ski. Yeah. The old guy, I bet it's sexually driven. Yep. You know, I have a theory. I think I've shared it only once before, and I'm going to go ahead again. I truly believe that John Bon Jovi and the rest of the Bon Jovi band sold their soul to Satan in 1986 in exchange for fame and fortune. There's no other way to explain it. Before 1986, nobody cared about Bon Jovi. They released a couple of records before 86. They were total garbage. The songs sucked. The songwriting was dog feces. They were awful. Absolutely terrible. And then suddenly in 86, they up and released a record called Slippery When Wet, and it's loaded with hits, with the You Give Love and the Living on a, and the Wanted Dead and the Never Say Goodbye. After that, another record comes out, Josh, with the Bad Medicine and the I'll Be There For You and the Always and the This Ain't a Love Song. There's no other logical explanation as to why a terrible, talentless rock band like Bon Jovi, suddenly they can do no wrong.
Wouldn't you think the explanation would be Desmond Child, who wrote those albums?
No.
I mean, you don't think that was the difference?
No, be reasonable. When John Bon Jovi dies, he will be checking into hell as part of the agreement he made with Satan. With Satan. I don't know why I called him the Satan. You can't talk me out of it. And don't text me, what about Runaway? Runaway was garbage. With all that said, here's a gal. Desmond Child wrote some songs for Kiss, too, and they sucked. With all that said, here's a gal in Russia. Oh, they're goofy in Russia. Here's a gal in Russia who sold her soul for a little over $1,100. Let's see what you can make of this here, Cubby. It all started as a joke from a so-called marketing expert who was conducting a, quote, social experiment. Dude decided to conduct a social experiment. He's a feller who calls himself Dmitry. He was hanging out on a Russian social network called Telegram. He posted an ad offering to pay $1,180 to whoever agreed to sell him their soul. And, Josh, you have to make it official by signing a contract with your own blood.
Yeah, I'd be, nervous enough about this, as silly as it is. I probably wouldn't do it, but I also kind of think the person paying $1,100 is the real sucker here, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, you're buying essentially nothing.
A piece of paper with some blood on it.
Blood! How will we lure him, Charles? Blood! What movie? The Edge, 1997. So this Dmitry guy, who was looking to buy somebody's soul, he didn't expect anyone to bite, but here comes this 26-year-old gal by the name of Karina. She replied to his ad. She said, yeah, bruh, give me that money, you can have my soul. So Dmitry posted the receipt for the sale of Karina's soul, and he put a picture on that social media page of Karina holding her blood-signed contract. And Dmitry posted, I just bought my first soul. I definitely feel like Davy Jones right now. What the hell do the monkeys have to do with any of this? I don't know. Dmitry is now the owner of another human being's soul, but he's not sure what to do with it. He was just effing around when he put up the offer.
Can you flip them like you would a rental property? Buy it and maybe sell it to somebody else? I mean, what kind of market? I'm sure there's other folks out there that would believe in this nonsense.
That's a good idea.
The Davy Jones reference was Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a character in that steals souls. That had nothing to do with the monkeys.
I was picturing the monkey. I totally forgot about that. That makes so much more sense.
It does, doesn't it?
Davy Jones from a movie?
Yeah.
Not from the monkeys?
No, from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
You once thought of me as a white knight on his steed. Now you know how happy I can be.
That is really funny that we couldn't come up with that on our own. I completely forgot about that.
I thought it was the monkeys.
So did I. Well, if you say Davy Jones, anybody our age thinks the monkeys.
Jesus, the man was a legend. God rest his beautiful little soul. Speaking of souls, of course, I didn't mean that in a facetious way. So Dimitri's now the owner of this gal's soul. He doesn't know what to do with it. Karina, who sold him her soul, she said, she couldn't give 2 Russian pumps what the dude does with her soul. As for the money she got, $1,180, she spent some of it on some dolls, something called Labubu dolls. Anyone?
Oh, yeah.
They had a couple of hits, didn't they, the Labubu dolls?
No, you're thinking of the Goo Goo dolls.
Oh,
they did have a
Christ's
couple of
sake.
hits.
Not really sharp this morning when it comes to music.
If I'll tell you what, Davy Jones, one of the all-time sex symbols. You know who else is? The bass player of the Goo Goo Dolls. Look it up.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Zooey mama. The Labubu dolls, crazy popular, kind of like Pokemon, where folks are breaking in and stealing them.
Here in America, even too?
All worldwide.
Worldwide.
And it's funny that this is, a story because South Park actually just did an episode on these dolls where they essentially were summoning Satan. They wanted to get a particular doll, and if they got it, they could have a ritual to have Satan show up at their party.
Oh, God. This gal also spent the money she received in trade for her soul. She also spent some of that money on a concert ticket to a concert by a Russian folk singer called Nadezhda Kadesheva, who does a solid cover of the old Bon Jovi song "Lay Your Hands on Me." I don't know if
that's a classic.
Okay.
They opened up their tour with that.
Yeah, I know you were there.
I was. First concert I ever went to.
I love your story, too. Can I tell your Bon Jovi story?
Go ahead.
If I remember you telling this is your first concert, you saw Skid Row open.
That's one of my all-time favorite bands.
And then Bon Jovi was the headliner.
Yeah.
This was their New Jersey tour, made possible by Satan.
And Desmond Child. Go on.
They opened the show with "Lay Your Hands on Me," and in the process of opening the show, John Bon Jovi, he shoots up through the floor of the stage.
It was awesome.
And he's airborne for a second, and he comes back down on the stage. And when you told the story for the first time, Josh, I believe you told me that there were thousands of girls screaming, but none louder than you.
No, that's true. And so it was funny because before I went, it was middle school, and my friends were giving me a little bit of crap. You're going to Bon Jovi? Why would you go? I'm like, no, I forgot he was there, to be honest with you. I'm going for Skid Row.
I'm leaving as soon as Skid Row's done.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Bon Jovi, but I could not wait to go see Bon Jovi. and I loved Skid Row, too. And then after that concert, they became one of my all-time favorite bands. I was just watching a bunch of Skid Row videos yesterday.
When John shot up onto the stage, Cubby couldn't help it. Even in front of his bros, he went,
yeah. You know that noise he makes at the beginning of the song? I can't even do that kind of thing.
It's a stupid ripoff of David Lee Roth.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I made that, but higher pitched.
Oh man.
Back to the gal who sold her soul. Some Bible bangers in Russia heard this story, and they're not pleased. Some Russian church over there has upped and said that this young woman, Karina, truly sold her soul and therefore chose evil, and they've predicted moral and personal decline, illness, suffering, and even death for Karina. Yeah, thanks for the laughs.
Yeah.
Try to have a little fun, and they're wishing death upon you. Some poor bastard got trapped in the airplane crapper. And the pilot himself had to kick the door in, or the sumbitch would have just upped and died in there.
He's the new Sully Sullenberger.
Let's make a movie about him.
Yeah, they got to make a movie about this guy.
Call up Tom Hanks.
I have audio of him kicking that door in to rescue this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
That door went flying all the way across the...
Those are so small, even for a petite gentleman like myself. That would suck being stuck in one of those bathrooms.
Yeah, the guy, he was about ready to up and die. But the pilot himself... They say here this was what do they call this? A Southwest flight. Oh, here comes the gas problems. God help us every morning. They say this was called a Southwest flight from the terrible Gator State, and it was going on up to Baltimore. All of this, I'm sorry?
Oof.
Baltimore?
Yeah.
Sucks.
I have a friend that lived there, and he said he's never, and he's a big guy, never been more scared to be anywhere in his entire life.
Is he a big, strong guy?
He's a big, he's a Pete Alonso, essentially. All right, I'll admit, it was Pete Alonso.
Oh.
And he said, I've never been more terrified to walk around a city than in Baltimore.
A friend of mine was a cop there.
Oh, what, did he have something similar to say?
Hated it.
Yeah.
Did not last
Maybe
long.
it's different. I mean, this was 20 years ago.
Didn't last long. If you even bring up Maryland or Baltimore, he will, at the very least, side-eye you.
Oh, even the whole state?
Hated it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about the whole state. I knew Baltimore was a little rough, or at least it used to be.
All of this airplane drama, of course, was recorded by someone and then instantly posted online. Jesus, is there any form of privacy anymore?
No.
It's funny. I forget that I have all the time that I have a camera on my phone. I never take pictures.
No.
And there's been times where I'm like, I wish I had a camera, and I forgot I got a friggin' camera on my phone.
Right.
My wife and I were just talking about upgrading phones, and they usually say, well, the camera's better.
Yeah.
And it means nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we check the difference in how much storage we're using on our phones for photos. The difference is incredible.
That's hilarious.
She has like close to 300 gigs. I have about 40 that I'm using on my entire phone. So she's good at it.
The pilot heroically and forcefully kicked the door open. The poor trapped jackass passenger is finally freed. They never really stated here in the story how long he was in there. The dude got out. He was embarrassed, but he was fine. A flight attendant even put an arm around the sorry bastard to comfort him. That's nice, right? Here we go. The article even dumps advice out there for us on what to do if trapped in an airplane bathroom. You want in on this? Number 1, stay calm. Number 2, try the lock from the inside and apply steady pressure. It may just be jammed. Number 3, if that doesn't work, use the crew call button that's built into the bathroom, or bang on the door loudly enough to get a flight attendant's attention. Once notified, it says here, flight attendants are trained to handle the situation. Well, not in this case. They had to pull the pilot away from his driving responsibilities, and he had to Jackie Chan the door off of its hinges.
How long do you have to be stuck in there before it's okay to skyjack it, as it were?
Oh, son of a bitch.
I mean, just like the guy in 127 hours.
Don't be skyjacking it ever.
Why not? But if you're stuck in there and you think, well, I'm obviously going to die in this bathroom.
I'm not jacking it.
Not at all?
Nope.
What if you're in there for... Australian Jesus said he's got 30 hours of airtime on his way back to Australia. You're locked in there for 15 hours, half the flight.
Not jacking it.
You coward.
What if they're...
It's against my religious beliefs.
Your religious beliefs?
That's right.
I'd certainly feel guilty, but if you're stuck in there and
Give me another scenario, I'll tell you whether I'm jacking it or not.
All right. You are...
Yes?
You're the adhesive spritzer at a bikini contest just to keep the tops on.
I've been there.
I know.
Yeah. Not jacking it.
Really? What if you're at a jacking it competition and the winner gets $1 million?
$1 million.
$1 million.
Jacking it. God dang it.
You'd have to.
$1 million.
What if there's a Bangladeshi bikini team that are getting ready to go play sand volleyball somewhere, and they need a masseuse? And they say, we have to find out if you could masturbate. I don't know why they would ask that question, I don't know their culture.
I'm sorry, their question again is what?
They want to know if you can masturbate, and they all have to watch.
They want you to prove it.
I mean, maybe there's some jobs you have to do that for. I don't know.
I'll join them, the ladies, and I'll watch someone else jack it. I don't know where we're going with this.
Things went off the rails a little bit.
I don't know where we're going with this.
We're all very tired.
Do we got time? Yeah, we got time. A week or so ago, I was telling you about a gruesome new gimmick women are going through. I think it was in a place called Istanbul. Leg shortening. A doctor straight up cuts your legs off for you, shaves the bones down, and then he sews your legs back onto your body, and now you're shorter. It's a true story. Women are doing this in, again, I believe the town is called Istanbul. They're doing this because they think it will make them more appealing. They'll be able to find a man if they're shorter. When we were rapping about that, I believe this here next routine was brought up briefly because it's another ridiculous effing beauty trend. Shoulder fillers. It says here South Korean women are getting shoulder fillers so they can look more like K-pop singers and whatnot. Women and some men, they say, in South Korea are paying big bucks for that. Shoulder filler injections. They're looking to get a perfect 90-degree set of shoulders because the K-pop folks look that way. Now, I've never seen a K-pop. I'm not familiar with that vibe. I've heard it said out loud.
Crazy popular.
Do you K-pop in the car, Josh? Do you K-pop at home?
You can K-pop wherever you want.
Jacking it or not jacking it?
Here's the caveat.
Yeah.
If you or warning, I should say. If you K-pop, you can't stop.
Okay. The story here references a band called Blackpink and a song by the name of Like Jenny. Did I say that wrong?
No, it's just like a dumb name.
They're like, all right, name your 2 favorite colors. That's us.
Apparently that song has made everyone in town want to copy the K-pop look.
You know, at the time, growing up in the 80s and when women would wear those shoulder pads, like that was kind of like a formal wear, maybe formal wear is around workplace wear.
Yep. My mom had plenty of outfits in the 80s that had shoulder pads in them. Yeah.
I don't remember thinking much about it then, but you look back at movies now and how silly that looked.
Yeah. You look like you were going to take the field.
Yeah, you're going to go play football somewhere.
For an NFL team.
In a suit.
So that's the deal. K-pop idols have inspired this trend. Folks are now injecting fillers into their shoulders to achieve a sharply angled look, like David Byrne from Talking Heads. Remember his look from back in? And God, I still love that song, The Wildlife. Hanging at a thingy thing, whoa, we're talking wild, wildlife. I know that's the way I like it. Oh, at the end of the song, he goes, yeah. And I love him for it. These people are also getting something called Barbie Botox or trap Botox, which makes the shoulder and the necklines look longer and slimmer. I'm not sure if I'm explaining any of this properly. This is far above my pay grade. As usual, some folks are crazy about the bit. Others find it ridiculous. It's unclear if these shoulder fillers pose any significant health risk. Well, what other ways are we mangling ourselves to try to look cute? Calf blocking? I don't have
those calf implants were, for a while, it seemed like, I don't know how, you see these stories and who knows if it's blown out of proportion, but like guys were getting calf implants and pec implants.
Oh, right. I forgot about calf and pec implants. I wish I would have paid more attention. I can't explain to you what calf, no, I can explain it to you. Calf blocking will give you slimmer calf muscles. Oh, this must be for women. You want your legs to look thinner. And there's also something here called the buffalo horn lip reshaping procedure.
Whoa.
The buffalo horn lip reshaping procedure.
Sounds invasive.
Is anybody happy with how they look? Anybody?
I'm sure there's a few folks out there. Rob Lowe jokes about it a lot.
Like it. Oh. We're talking wild, 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 wild. Yelp.
All right, Chugged Up Plumber Jesus has another situation. We're trying to find out if there is an opportunity for Nick to masturbate, when he would seize that opportunity, as well as his penis. He says, it's Jalen Hurts' birthday.
Sure.
All he wants is for you to jack it with nothing but an Eagles helmet on. Are you jacking?
Absolutely not.
That's a weird visual.
Absolutely not, and I'm insulted that you asked. Josh, before we go, when you shoplifted that Seal compact disc,
Allegedly.
When you shoplifted that Seal compact disc all those years ago, if I'm not mistaken, you broke the law so you could have your own copy of a soft lullaby type of song called Kiss from a Rose. You needed a copy of that single so badly that you broke the law to attain it. You wanted to be able to listen to A Kiss from a Rose by Seal over and over again without waiting to hear it every hour on the radio.
Now, I had friends in high school who were embarrassed to buy condoms, so they would shoplift them. And this was the same situation where if I was with a group of people, maybe I would have went out and bought it. But I was by myself. There was nobody else in the store. And I was very embarrassed. So some have said, including the police and a court of law, that maybe I shoplifted this allegedly.
I had it and I lost it. There was a question I had for you. Oh, I got it. You didn't want to be judged by the cashier, a complete stranger. You did not want. You were the only one in the store, and There was 2 cashiers, a guy and a very attractive girl. And I tried to wait for her to go in a storeroom or something and take some inventory. Despite the 2 of them being total strangers.
Yes.
You did not want to.
And I would probably never see them again. As a matter of fact, I never did see them again.
Right.
And I never listened to that CD because of the guilt. But the judge did tell me I had excellent taste in music.
The judge was wrong.
True story.
Even judges can be wrong. Did you ever fear that maybe shoplifting might become your thing? Did it feel good to be bad?
No.
It did not.
Not at all. Not at all. I almost immediately walked back into the store, but then I was too scared to do that. No, I didn't. Now, I understand because I do feel I have an addictive personality, and it makes sense there's a lot of addiction in my family, both sides. Unfortunately, some bad stuff. So
I have that same problem, but I'm going for it anyway. Yeah.
Where if I like something or I'm into it, I'm jumping in. And sometimes it's tough for me to stop whatever it is, if it's a particular food, show, whatever.
So you never had the thought that maybe shoplifting, because some folks get addicted to that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. My grandmother, or my wife's grandmother, she used to steal everything. If it wasn't locked down, she took it. Restaurants, she'd go take whatever was on the table, store. She would steal silverware from Target and things like that. Just kind of old lady stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I bring it up, our final stupid news story involves a prolific shoplifter who got chased down and beaten by the police. He had packages and packages of various meats and steaks jammed into his pants, which is, of course, very funny. He has multiple previous convictions. Convictions for shoplifting. He's already spent time in prison for this. But like a lot of folks we discuss on a daily basis around here, dude just can't get right.
Now, I appreciate the help this person's trying to give me, but let's be real. Again, nobody's going to buy this. He or she suggests I should have just told the clerk I was buying it for my girlfriend. Now, I'm not that quick on my feet, first and foremost, but I don't think they would have bought that.
Oh, I think that would have worked just fine.
Oh, your girlfriend, you say?
Oh, I think they would have bought that.
Oh, dang it. Well, where were you, 30 years ago?
I was in the West Metro, living a real life. That's what I was doing.
Wildlife.
The wildlife. We got to take a break. Sports is next.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Philly Karens, they got their Halloween costumes all set.
They're actually really nice hoodies.
Well, they were nice hoodies, even though she was mean.
You can't wear nice things.
Going to be a heck of a Halloween for this year.
Isn't it? They're digging on themselves, too.
They should be.
You knew this deal was going to get out of hand. It says here the home run ball stealing Karen Halloween costume already seems to be taking over the Philadelphia Phillies fan base. You heard the play-by-play boys talking about some bros in the stands at the Phillies game the other night dressed up as the home run ball stealing Karen.
What's pretty funny, look at this, especially those guys.
With the jeans and everything. The jeans pulled up.
Yeah.
Plenty of
they
folks.
all looked wasted, by the way, those 3 dudes.
You got to get wasted.
Yeah.
That's just the name of the game. Plenty of folks are already coming to ball games dressed like the gal who wet her pants over ownership of a home run ball a couple weeks ago. And it says here, not since Steve Bartman snagged a foul ball that Moises Alou was never going to catch has a baseball fan dominated Halloween parties like this, or about to dominate Halloween parties like that. Did you have a few parties back in those days, Josh? I know I went to one where two separate gentlemen entered the scene dressed as Steve Barton.
No, I never did.
That is funny.
Were they disappointed when they saw each other?
Yes, they were. They were strangers. They were strangers.
Oh, that's even worse.
And they both looked great, and I saw the same amount of static once at a Halloween house party where two separate guys showed up dressed as Austin Powers. Mm-hmm. The difference, one was far and above better than the other.
In looks or also the performance?
Everything. And the dude who was not quite up to par as Austin Powers did not have a good time that night. He let it ruin his whole night.
Oh, no.
It's like, dude, who cares? It's the hottest character right now, Austin Powers. You should have assumed you might not be the only one. So what if the other guy whooped your ass? He was bothered by it all night.
Do you think Ozzy will be a big one this year? I mean, Ozzy. It seems like you see Ozzy's anyway.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be a big one.
I hate to say this out loud, but that never even entered my mind, but I bet you're right. The Minnesota Lynx won their playoff game last night, so by God, they have moved on to the next round of eliminations. The Twins lost a rubber game with the Yankees. Randy Shaver will be here in about a half hour. We'll take a little breaky break and come back with Josh's news report.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. Every week, we talk to experts about personal finance trends.
While we were talking, I had to jump on ChatGPT real quick.
ChatGPT said, cut up the cards.
It said, hey, knucklehead, weren't you just talking about investing in dollar cost averaging? Why don't you save a few bucks?
You never knew personal finance could be this fun.
If you're bored, don't start messing with your investment.
Get a hobby, man.
Get into photography.
Buy an airplane.
Guess what investment I made? The one that keeps on giving. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It is very scary knowing that someone can access our accounts like that. It would be scary if that was one of my accounts.
I'm not laughing at this lady. I'm laughing that Nick has kept threatening that he's going to walk out.
I think I'm just going to go.
And I gave him puppy dog eyes. I begged him. I said, no, I need you.
I'm not feeling it today.
Is everything okay in there?
And then,
get the hell out of here.
And I thought, well, of course he's joking. And then as soon as we get going, he stood up and started walking out the door.
I'm sorry. What did that lady say?
The speed in which you moved made me think Code Brown. That was the first thought in my head.
No,
he does have a bad tummy.
I don't feel great today, but it's not Code Brown. I just don't want to do this anymore.
He doesn't want to be here anymore.
No. What did the lady say?
This is what she said.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and, emulate her voice and everything.
It is very scary knowing that someone can access our accounts like that. It would be scary if that was one of my accounts.
I think I nailed it.
Okay. Access our accounts like that. You sounded very much like the original audio.
Police are warning people to be extra careful about sharing intimate photos online, especially if those pictures aren't of you and you don't have permission to send or even see them. And a minor detail here, you're a cop. and you're a cop doing all this while on duty.
Man.
That's what happened in New Jersey, where a former police officer has been sentenced to 12 years in prison.
12 years in prison.
Authorities say 25-year-old Aaron Taylor hacked into the social media accounts of several women and shared private photos they'd taken of themselves.
What the hell's the matter with this guy?
By the way, it's actually Aaron. That's his real name.
Aaron.
All
right.
According to investigators, he broke into their Snapchat and Facebook accounts, then sent the images to the victim's Snapchat contacts, messaged them to their Facebook friends, and then even posted them on their Facebook walls. As the case unfolded, officials discovered the women were all students with email accounts at Rowan College. Digging deeper, they found Taylor had illegally accessed about 5,000 email accounts belonging to the school.
What are you, an 8th grader or something?
You can't hide from us in cyberspace. We're there too, and we know how to find you, the prosecutor said. Oh, and find him he did. They did. The prosecutor called the crimes an extremely nightmarish invasion of privacy, made worse by the fact the person targeting these young women was supposed to be protecting them.
Protecting them.
Court records show Taylor used his own devices to carry out the hacks while he was on duty. He was suspended after the first charges were filed and later forced to resign from the department.
This guy sucks.
What a scumbag.
Yeah.
Total scumbag. Believe it or not, here's yet another entry into the ever-growing catalog of counterfeit cops. And sadly, this one happened here at home. A 47-year-old Inver Grove Heights man is now facing charges after an ill-advised attempt at cosplay cop went wrong. Mostly because the motorist he targeted turned out to be the real deal, badge and all. According to the charges, the 47-year-old from Inver Grove Heights was driving south on Highway 169 about 9:40 a.m. He pulled up close behind an unmarked police car. The vehicle, driven by a Maple Grove officer in full uniform. Investigators said the man tailed the officer tightly, then suddenly sped up and darted across lanes twice as though he was trying to cut the officer off. The real cop maneuvered around the pretend cop, flashed his lights and siren, and waved at him to slow down before continuing down the road. Not long after, the man pulled alongside the officer again. He swerved in front of the police car, slowed, and then trailed the lawman as they wound their way on Highway 62 and then along Shady Oak Road, southbound to Highway 100, and finally 77th Street in Edina. At that point, the officer called for backup. Moments later, the man drove up behind the squad car again, this time a small red light glowing in his vehicle, before stepping out and walking toward the officer. He claimed he had a body camera, and he held up a cell phone as though he were conducting a traffic stop. That's when the officer told him he was under arrest. Instead of complying, however, the man got back in his vehicle, nearly running over the officer when he tried to arrest him, then sped away and disappeared. Adding to the absurdity, investigators later learned he'd called 911 at some point. He was breathlessly complaining that someone is impersonating a cop.
Even though he was the one who just did exactly that?
Yeah, someone is impersonating a cop.
Okay.
I'll follow him and figure this out, he told dispatchers before declaring, I don't know who the F he thinks he is. Several hours later, cops found the man in Inver Grove Heights. A search of his pretend time cop car turned up blue and red flashing lights, a police-style flashlight, a dash cam, and other equipment.
What are you doing, dude?
Yeah, good question. 47 years old.
What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
He's lucky things didn't work out, worse for him.
Yeah.
That cop has the patience of a saint. A man is facing charges after a bizarre traffic stop in Kentucky last week. A stop where his bold claim of being in the CIA turned out to be a complete LIE. Last Thursday afternoon, an officer noticed 55-year-old David Christopher driving without a valid license plate. When they pulled him over, he explained his license had been illegally revoked. But he did admit he didn't have valid insurance.
Well, they concede that.
That's when things got strange. He told the officer he was a CIA agent. And he showed him T-shirts, a wallet, and even money clips stamped with the letter CIA, so it must be true.
Yeah.
He even flashed a card labeled Association of Former Intelligence Officers, which prompted police to reach out to Homeland Security. Authorities say the only intelligence involved was the officer's decision to check his story because, as suspected, the call proved he was lying. Meaning for Christopher, the mission ended in county lockup where his orifice will have a license to fill.
He told officers multiple times that he was a CIA agent. The Homeland Security Unit said Christopher had a long history of impersonating federal agents.
Even on the way to jail, Christopher kept insisting he was part of the intelligence community, saying his credentials were the shirts and CIA gear. I've got a pin. It says it right there.
Come on, dude. It's over.
Even on the way to jail, he claimed he was undercover. He urged officers to call some mysterious number he provided that said would prove that he bought those T-shirts legally, making him an authorized agent.
Oh, that's how that works.
All right. Okay. So, for the longest time there, I was assuming that this man might be sane and just spinning a stupid story. It finally dawned on me, maybe the guy is just completely insane, out of his mind.
What if that's all it took?
Well, then in 8th grade, I would have been in the FBI, Josh.
I'm the wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. I have a Justin Jefferson jersey. In Florida's ongoing quest to keep those Florida Man headlines alive and strange, a 25-year-old decided the best way to reconnect with an old childhood buddy was to chase him down and try and take him out. After recognizing a long-lost friend test riding a motorcycle, Isaiah McDonald apparently thought it made sense to tail him, try running him off the road, and then crank up the camaraderie with artillery, pulling a gun and firing several rounds as the rider tried to give away. Then shortly after, sending a baffling casual text as though nothing out of the ordinary had just happened. The victim recognized McDonald from their childhood, but what began as a surprising reunion deteriorated almost immediately into a frightening cluster F. McDonald's Jeep stayed glued to him, driving aggressively, and at one point he even pointed a gun out the window. The rider did everything he could do to escape, gunning the throttle, taking sharp turns, even wing-buying into oncoming traffic, but the Jeep kept pace. Then another attempt at bonding. He fired a second shot before the victim got away. Despite not having spoken in years, the victim soon received a text from McDonald denying any involvement and casually asking, "Hey, when's a good time to come over?"
What's up, bro? How you been?
Perhaps most baffling, it's still unclear what McDonald's beef may have been with his childhood pal, or if there even was one at all.
I don't get it.
After the chaotic Sunday afternoon encounter, it was actually the victim's mother who managed to track McDonald down and tip off police, who caught up with him soon after. A trash talk tussle over tossed-out booze became a messed-up morning of bolts and bruises. Deputies said 61-year-old George Balboni decided to punctuate his grudge with a pointy projectile, aiming a crossbow at the noggin of his 69-year-old roommate in an attempt to blast a bolt through his brain. The simmering spat hit full boil early Tuesday. Balboni lured the man to a vehicle with a sob story about having some rib pain. Then he whipped out a crossbow and let a bolt fly. The shot barely grazed the roommate's ear, which was very ouchy, so he introduced a knuckle sandwich to the menu.
Oh.
The intended target reportedly beat Balboni bloody. He wrestled away the medieval hardware and crowned him with it, leaving the would-be marksman bleeding all over their yard. When deputies showed up about 6 a.m., the roommate led them to the scene where Balboni was sprawled among the shrubbery, sporting a bloody face and presumably regrets about his bad aim. Investigators said the bizarre incident started with an empty vodka bottle. The roommate had removed it from the trash, which was something that Balboni worried might make him look bad to their landlord. That angered him. He told police he'd been drinking almost the entire bottle that day and then decided to come up with a kill plan. On the morning of the
I'm lubed up enough now. This is when the planning begins.
Now my brain's functioning.
I've drained a bottle of Kharkov. Now this is when the
that's not.
Oh, I almost threw up.
I've never had it. I don't think.
You don't.
That's not something they put in a mixed drink or something.
I mean, it's.
I've always found it to be delicious.
you can get a liter for about $7.
Yeah, he's on an elevated plane at that point. On the morning of the attack, he woke his roommate, asking for a hospital ride for that fake rib trouble. Once in the passenger seat, he raised that bow and fired, but his aim was off.
Fired it inside the car?
Inside the car, yeah.
Jeez, that's not a lot of room to get away.
Authorities say he didn't try and hide what happened. He admitted shooting at the victim and even said, "I tried to kill him." He branded the roommate as a parasite, expressed zero remorse, and lamented only that his shot went astray. When asked what came next if the bolt had hit its mark, he shrugged and said he actually hadn't thought that far ahead. I guess he needed more alcohol.
A couple more drinks, I would have had something.
He would have had everything figured out.
Well, that is just an effed up scene right there from top to bottom, Cubby.
Yeah, I think, at first I'd be like, oh, sweet crossbow, and then, realize, I'm dead. I'm a dead man. But luckily, he just grazed the ear, and that's it. He's got a story to tell. A Minnesota first grader ended up in the hospital after bringing her mom's magic mushroom chocolate bar to school and sharing it with a classmate at Cokato Elementary School. When deputies arrived, a school nurse was checking on a 6-year-old and another young girl. Investigators learned the children started getting sick shortly after snack time. Both girls had consumed the fungi-filled confection. Staff discovered the incriminating wrapper, which was labeled M-Meld or Meld Magic Mushroom, and indicated it contained 6 grams of magic mushrooms and was for adults only.
I wonder, how do 6-year-olds react to mushrooms? Because the grown people that I know, they go ahead and listen to a lot of jam bands.
Yeah, I don't know what they were listening to.
Yeah.
Maybe some Disney Channel stuff, but
yeah, it could be.
They were a lot like that new guy in the corner.
Oh, the young kids were puking their guts out?
Puking their guts out.
Oh, they don't have the tolerance for it, I suppose.
They're so soft these days.
Deputies said the girl who had brought in the chocolates appeared to eat most of the bar, but both children overdosed, and they were taken to the hospital for treatment. The school tried reaching the girl's 39-year-old mother, but she was nowhere to be found. Dad, however, answered the phone, reporting his daughter had stayed at Mom's place the night before. Deputies soon paid that apartment a visit and allegedly found a party palace which would make 1980s Charlie Sheen feel right at home. Rolled dollar bills, scorched tinfoil, a glass pipe, Narcan, and a grab bag of substances testing positive for fentanyl and meth.
So this poor kid's mother is a meth head.
Yeah, she sounds like she's got some serious issues.
Dude.
And the cops said that it was all right there. I mean, easily the kid could grab it, and obviously did.
Mommy smokes meth rocks.
A warrant's now out for Party Mom, who insists she isn't ducking deputies, just checking herself into rehab. Well, hopefully that's true.
Weird timing there.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
I'm wanted by the law, but this is when I'm finally going to... Okay, sure.
Authorities remain skeptical, however, noting they're still actively trying to locate her and arrest her, at least as of press time. For now, the kids are recovering the bars and evidence, and the county's left with a cautionary tale about what happens when snack time meets shrooms.
I'll be damned. That's no way for a kid to come up.
No, not at all. Yeah, well, I'm glad everybody's okay. It sounds like the one kid, the one that didn't eat as much, was basically, they said he or she overdosed, but that was pretty minor compared to the one that ate more.
Dang.
But both of them, they recovered quite quickly. Authorities in Seattle are warning locals to keep an eye out for killer hooters. Apparently, strolling through city parks has become dangerous. Owls have been dive-bombing visitors at Lincoln Park, and it's turned into quite the whodunit.
There's an owl loose in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. Right, Josh?
Yeah, he's doing what he does. Lock up your wives.
Mm-hmm.
Officials say these... to be specific, for protection from that old viral bit.
And you know what? I want to tell these owls something. The ones that are loose in Lincoln Park, you are so dumb. You are so dumb. What was that guy's name again? I'm looking him up. I love that guy. I love him so much.
Something, and then there's another thing.
Yep. You nailed it.
Right?
Officials say the feathery ambushes became more common at Lincoln Park as we get one step closer to fall. They're urging people to stay alert, especially at dawn, dusk, and after dark. If you hear hooting nearby, cover your head in privates, then back away calmly, officials said. Park staff add that carrying an umbrella can give you a little buffer in owl-infested Lincoln Park, but in the end, it doesn't really matter if one swoops in. Just wave your arms and make a run for it, and those pesky hooters should flap off.
Antoine Dobson.
Yeah, there it is. That's the guy.
He was the one who told us years ago that there was a rapist loose in Lincoln Park, climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up. I think Antoine says he's snatching your people up.
One of the OG viral videos.
Oh, my damn. I could watch it every day.
Now I want to play it.
And still laugh.
I wonder if we still have it.
Antoine Dobson.
Is that Anton?
Antoine is what I have in front of me.
How are you spelling that?
Antoine. Dob.
There we go.
Dobson.
Here we go. Here it is.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
There he is. Did it lock up, or you got an abbreviated version?
That's an abbreviated version. I think we could play the whole thing.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here. We got your T-shirt. You done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now, so you can run and tell that. Homeboy.
Hell yes. Always
I wonder
fun.
what he's up to. We should try and get him on the air.
Always
have a little
fun.
follow-up.
Yeah, I don't know what. I thought I read maybe he was trying his hand at rapping or singing. Or
Yeah, looks like he's got a music career he's trying to get going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Does he have a record available I could buy?
Looking. He had a record that came out the last one came out in 2018.
Is he on MySpace, or can we find him
I
someplace?
bet he's on Cameo.
Oh, yeah, look that up.
I love that guy.
Streaming today on Netflix, Jude Law and Jason Bateman in Black Rabbit. When the owner of a New York City hotspot allows his turbulent brother back in his life, he opens the door to escalating dangers that threaten to bring him down. In addition to his acting duties, Jason Bateman, who's a guest on Seth Meyers Tonight, directs the first 2 episodes of the 8-part miniseries. Jude Law will be Jimmy Fallon's guest.
Coming up next, we'll chat with Randy Shaver.
Randy Shaver.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I grew up rooting for this team. I kind of alluded to it when I first got here, just how cool it is for me to know, I used to cheer for the guys that I'm walking down the hallway seeing. Used to come to the Metrodome, and I was waving the towel. I was, part of the skull chants, all the things. And so running out of that tunnel this week will probably hit me a little bit different in a really cool, kind of surreal way. So I'm excited for that.
Mr. Wentz is what I call him because I have respect for my elders. Mr. Wentz says he's straight up psyched to play quarterback for the Vikings on Sunday. What do you think about that? Hi, Randy Shaver.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You're one of my elders that I have some amount of respect for.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know you even had some.
It's there.
Wow, what a day.
It's hard. Wow. You got to peel back a few layers, Randy, but it's there.
And he has to be in the right mood.
Well.
Here we are.
Is that the pick-me-up you were looking for this morning, Randy?
I don't need to pick me up. It's my granddaughter's 3rd birthday today, so I am super excited for today.
That's when they start to get hilarious, right?
Oh, my gosh. She is, Josh, she's just amazing.
I can't believe
so funny.
You've been a grandfather for 3 years already.
I know. Yeah.
What are the funny things they do, Josh? Give us some of the comedy.
Well, just like out of the air comments, things you're like, How the heck do they know that reference? How are they so funny that way?
She is so into Frozen right now, and she can sing all the songs, and she acts them out, and it's just, oh my gosh, my heart just melts. She's just so funny.
Well, happy birthday to your granddaughter.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You got big plans?
A little bit of plans today, big plans on Saturday when everybody's available. So she's going to kind of have a birthday week, and then I told you guys, both my grandkids are coming to stay with Rosanna and I next week for like 3 days. So it's going to be utter freaking chaos.
It'll be loud.
It's going to be crazy.
Next week, you're going to have both grandchildren in the house.
I am going to be exhausted.
So that's a 3-year-old and a what?
He is going to be 2 in December. And
so you're expecting
both hell on wheels.
You're expecting chaos next week.
Yeah, the saving grace is that in the middle of the day they'll go to daycare, which they love. They're very happy to go there. So we'll have a break, but it's the morning that's going to be crazy, getting them ready, and it's at night when we pick them up. So
that's a lot of physical work for a guy your age.
No kidding.
You might tear an ACL.
I could.
Chasing those little pot lickers around the house.
Yeah.
So
but
today,
anyway, it'll
big
be fun.
day today for you. If your daughter-in-law just would have jumped up and down a little bit 3 years ago, me and your granddaughter might have had the same birthday.
I know.
And we could go to the same parties.
How exciting would that be?
If you don't mind going back.
Uncle Nicky.
Yeah, Uncle Nicky's hosting another party at the Legion.
Yes.
If you don't mind me going back to yesterday, my birthday, I received some gifts from a listener yesterday. We didn't get our hands on it until the show was over. I wanted to say thanks to Killer Jesus, who's so dialed into this program, it is kind of frightening. I have to be totally honest with you. Killer Jesus sent a box. It's a little unnerving. Sent a box full of presents for me. Let me tell you what he got me. First, he sent me a card that says, "Happy birthday to a big guy, a big, strong guy." Appreciate that. Here are the gifts. And I'm telling you, this guy's dialed in, and he has been for decades. Randy Shaver will appreciate this. I not only received an autographed picture of former Minnesota Wild center James Shepard.
Yes.
And that goes way back.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
Randy, don't you have a James Shepard jersey? Or maybe you got one for Nick?
I don't. Yeah, I think I gave Nick a picture. I think I got him.
Is that what it was?
It must have been 15 years ago, Randy.
Oh, easily.
Easily 15 years ago, you gifted me an autographed picture of former Wild player James Shepard. I've got exactly that from Killer Jesus, as well as an autographed puck from James Shepard and a miniature Minnesota Wild hockey stick autographed by James Shepard. If you're totally lost, there was a young kid who was highly touted playing for the Pigs. Can someone find an exact year when he had his rookie season? Was it 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7? I don't know. Long time ago. It might be even longer than we even think. And he was highly touted, a lot of hype.
2007, yep.
That was his rookie year?
Yeah.
So nearly 20 years ago. F me. Anyway, he flopped. And we told a lot of James Shepard jokes on this program nearly 20 years ago. Also, I received a copy of Adam Sandler's version of The Longest Yard on DVD.
Oh, there you go.
Classic. That is the superior version, certainly.
Yeah, it's the premium, the version.
It's what's really fun for me is to look at the cover of the motion picture, the cover photo for the compact. What do you call it again? DVD. The cover photo for the DVD for the Adam Sandler version of the movie The Longest Yard. There's Adam Sandler in the foreground. Behind him, Chris Rock, the legendary Burt Reynolds, the other people who are featured on the cover. This is to let folks know who's in the movie. Nelly.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Irvin.
Nice.
Goldberg. And the last character. What's his name that can make his body do wonderful things? He's funny. You like him, Josh? He can make his boobs dance. He's funny. He does this.
The Rock?
This. No.
He's obviously a heavy guy?
Yeah, big, ripped guy.
Oh, ripped. Oh, Terry Crews?
Terry Crews. And the Great Khali.
Yeah.
Former WW superstar, the Great Khali, is on the photo, the cover.
The bigger question is, do you have a place to play it?
No. But Randy Shaver, you know me. I'm not going to watch the Adam Sandler version of The Longest Yard. There is only one version.
I thought you might have a little curiosity to watch it.
I've seen bits and pieces of it on cable television.
Sure.
Now, Killer Jesus also got me a gorgeous autographed photo of Tara Reid.
Oh, wow.
One of my favorite. Look at this, Josh.
I know. You showed me yesterday. That's a perfect photo for you. And she's looking right at you.
Oh, my God.
Like she knows you're looking.
Finally, Randy Shaver, and I thank Killer Jesus for all this. This dude, I'm telling you, someone write his phone number down. We should get the cops involved. He also has gifted me, I had no idea this was a thing, a Shaquille O'Neal toothbrush set.
That is perfect for you.
That's amazing.
This was put together in the 90s when Shaq was playing for the Orlando Magic for little kids to buy.
Gosh, that's hilarious.
So a little kid could hang his Shaquille O'Neal toothbrush holder on the wall. This Shaquille O'Neal toothbrush set. There's a couple of toothbrushes. You nail it up to the wall. It's got a backboard and a basket, and that's where you put your toothbrushes into the basket. There's a little miniature Shaquille O'Neal dunking a basketball into the basket.
That's hilarious.
And it says on the back, score winning points with the Shaq toothbrush set. Simply hang the toothbrush holder on the bathroom wall. Then let the fun of brushing begin, kids. And don't make me tell you the friggin' Shaquille O'Neal toothbrush story again. It ruined any positive feelings I ever had about the man, and I'll say it again. He should be in prison.
Yeah, there should be a warning on there. Warning, not for butts or something.
Right. Not for rectal use.
Look at this, Josh.
Yes.
Not for the anus.
Oh, my.
Calibration Jesus reminds us that Stone Cold Steve Austin is in that Longest Yard movie. So
oh, yeah.
We had him in, I've never seen it, but we had him in studio promoting this movie. And I remember him joking that the majority of what he did never made it into the movie. It was all on the cutting room floor.
Oh.
He did seem a little frustrated by it.
Oh, he was pissed off.
Yeah.
I was glad I didn't work here when Stone Cold Steve Austin was in town.
And a pissed off Stone Cold Steve Austin is not the character you want to be around. We were having a good time until Josh said, hey, tell us about the movie The Longest Yard. He's like, I never even ended up in the movie. I was in my trailer for 12 hours a day, and then when I saw the movie, I was in for 10 seconds. F that movie.
It was an interesting attitude when you're doing a tour promoting the movie.
Yeah. He didn't want to talk about it because he got boned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was great having him in studio, though. My God.
I would have been a mess.
Cool character.
Oh, he's awesome.
Cool character.
So the windows that separate the studios are gigantic here at 93X. And his back took up almost one of them.
Yeah.
I would say the only person bigger was probably John Cena, because their backs were facing where me and Nick sit, and just giant dudes. But Stone Cold was so great.
I'm trying to think, if anyone else could. Well, didn't we have Lesnar in here at one point?
A few times. When he was at the U, he came in here quite. When he joined the WWE, did we have him in after that?
I know we had him in here. I can't remember.
We must have.
The timetable, but sure.
Well, yeah, when he was at the U, we had him in a few times.
Remember when he almost killed me at the Wild game, Brock Lesnar?
No, I don't remember that.
We had him in studio, like Josh said, 3 times, and one particular morning, he comes in, we had a good time, and later that night, I went off to the Pigs game, and it just so happens I'm walking around the rink, and walking directly in front of me is Brock Lesnar. We had just had a conversation on the radio with him 12 hours prior, and I walked up behind him, and I kind of, with a decent amount of oomph, I slapped him on the back, and he spun around and looked at me in a way that told me very clearly I was seconds away from death. For whatever reason, he was on edge in that moment, and when I slapped him on the back, he spun around so quickly, and I said, dude, it's me from the radio this morning, and his face changed and calmed down, but I thought, what the hell was that?
I saw him. This was before he was with the WWE. So I saw him almost cause an intern here to have a heart attack. The same guy that got yelled at by we told the story before about he got kind of dissed by a sales guy here, an intimidating sales guy. I don't remember exactly what he said to Brock. We were walking through the hall. He said something kind of joking around.
I don't recall this. I know
you were in the studio.
Oh.
And he just kind of towered over him and made a reference like, I'm going to kill you or something. And I think I saw urine expelled from not just his shorts, but mine too. I was nervous for him. And then he's like, no, I'm just messing around. But he was so convincing. So if he looked anything like that, Nick, when he turned around to you, I could see why you just want to run away.
It was something. I didn't know what was wrong with him in that
Intimidating
moment.
Guy.
He was not looking to be touched by anyone, I guess, in that moment. Hey, Randy Shaver, got a text message here from a listener that says, could you please mention that Albert Lee is having its 50-year reunion this weekend, 50-year class reunion.
Yeah, and not only that, they have had an incredible resurgence in football this year. Albert Lee is 3-0 for the first time since 1989 in high school football.
Well, let's all go down there for a game.
Yeah, the Tigers are they've made a big comeback, which is exciting.
You've been covering high school football again this season so far. You've been You got your what do you call it, a
Strip Varsity Live on the Star Tribune website, and it's been going really well. So very exciting.
I brought it up because you started your television career in Albert Lee, Austin.
I did.
Correct?
That's correct.
So, okay, so this is
what year?
I was there. I started in May of 1981 and left in December of 82 to come up here. So I was there for a year and a half.
So
in Austin.
Give me the arithmetic, Josh. Albert Lee is celebrating its 50-year class reunion this weekend.
I'm kind of close to that.
So they graduated what year? 80? I can't do that. Please help me.
No, they'd be, if it's 50 years, it'd be 75.
Yeah, 1975.
75.
Yeah.
So
I know that because I'm 50 and I was born in 75.
Okay, so these people graduated in 75. Randy comes to town in 81. That would have made them 18 plus 6 is
24.
24. Yep. You were around that same age when you came to Albert Lee, Austin.
I am. I was a little bit younger than that, but
some of the women from this 50-year reunion could be some of the women you dated when you first came to. What do you mean? What do you mean? No, you were the same age as these people.
Stop.
They might still be pining for Randy Shaver.
You should show up at this party and see how many women say, well, I'll be damned. There he is.
And then the guy's just jealous, side-eyeing him with that son of a bitch. I can't believe the nerve.
Or the women might say, you son of a bitch, where have you been? After what we shared all those years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
By the way, here's your son.
Oh!
Who's 48.
45 years old, yeah.
Dad, you owe me a lot of birthday cards.
Some gray-haired little beer-bellied bastard.
Yeah, he'd probably look older than you.
I knew we could get there. I knew the arithmetic would match up there. Those are your people, Randy.
They were, yes.
Oh, I'll be damned. And speaking of getting it on with women from Albert Lee, or just getting it on in general. Oh, God. I'll get there.
Gas again?
Yeah.
Gas.
I drink so much Gatorade around here and then. Big shot pop singer Cardib has turned up pregnant, and the word is she's carrying around former NFL wide receiver Stephon Diggs' baby.
The latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby.
I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stephon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm happy. Me and my man were very supportive of each other.
That's how that gal sounds, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know she sounded like that.
She sounds
I guess
like
I've only heard her rap.
Sounds like an older lady.
I haven't even heard her rap.
Imagine that, huh, gentlemen?
You've heard WAP.
That's her?
What's that?
Yeah.
That song is foul. She's responsible for that?
Yeah.
And she's a mother?
What song?
WAP.
Oh, I remember you talking about.
Oh, man. I don't think I'm a little prude, but that is a lot.
You are a little prude. That stands for wet ass.
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Gilbert
her.
Gottfried did a reading of that, and that was hilarious.
Oh, I bet.
I think I played that for you, Nick.
Cardib is turned up pregnant, and the baby belongs to Stephon Diggs. That's her boyfriend. Imagine that for a minute. Having unprotected sex with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. Trust me. I'm imagining.
You know how those Vikings do those videos where they go around the locker room and ask each player like a certain question? There's that one big time viral. I hate that word, but that's the best way to describe it. Where they ask, which of your teammates would you least want your sister to date? And every single one was like, oh, Diggs. Oh, definitely Diggs.
Whatever happened to him? What does he do for a living?
He plays for the Patriots.
Oh, he is an active player?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was done.
Mm-mm. Oh, no. He's playing.
He tore his ACL last year, so he was out for the year, and then signed with the Patriots in the offseason.
Kind of sounds like Cardi B might be the only person that can stand him. People don't really have anything nice to say.
I never
about
liked the guy.
Yeah, I did until we kind of learned what he's like.
And I think that my judgment was fair, seeing how I'd never met him. Okay, there you go. There's a baby on the way there.
Oh, we'll have to get him a gift.
We keep hearing that 73-year-old nutjob college football coach Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend is squirrely as all hell, right? We keep hearing that. Total pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
She goes by the name of Jordana Hudson. Jordana Hudson. Here's more of that vibe. She was supposed to be on this season of Dancing with the Stars, but she demanded to more or less call the shots while she was there, and the show had to tell her to take a walk.
That's the rumor about her, right? That she's very controlling.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's that interview where she was calling all the shots from off just outside of the camera view.
Yeah.
An insider, I have some information here from an insider from the Dancing with the Stars camp, and they said the producers thought they struck gold getting her on the program, seeing how, she and stupid-ass Bill Belichick are a hot topic, but they couldn't get on the same page. Word is she was making silly demands, and they said, no. See you later.
Yeah.
The latest edition of Dancing with... Anyone been watching the latest edition?
Nope.
Never watched it.
I've never watched it, but I might watch a little bit this season for one big reason.
What?
Daniel Fishel, a.k.a. Topanga from Boy Meets World. If you're my age, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and just the name Topanga just gives you shivers.
I didn't understand a word that you said.
Yeah, I've heard people love her.
Topanga is the name.
I've never even seen
from
Topanga.
A show called
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yeah, she's very attractive.
Not that anyone cares, but furthermore in this article, it talks about this season's version of the program, and I also never saw it. This season's version of the program is garbage, somebody has said. It's a total show. It says here they chose a few stars, and I use that term loosely, who just didn't want to put in the work. Some just don't seem to be as committed as others have been in the past. Yes, Corey Feldman is one of them. Corey Feldman is on this show, Josh.
Is he really?
That's what it says here. And it says, like, they've, what they're hinting at is in past years, these so-called stars would show up and really want to do their best and put on, they say this group is a bunch of turds.
I really enjoyed the Coreys back in the day.
I did too.
Corey Feldman, he seems a lot different nowadays. Just seems a little more odd than he even used to be.
He's always been odd.
Yeah, but it's different.
I haven't seen anything from him in years, but he always struck me as Corey Feldman, Corey Haim. Yeah, they had their 2-3 hours of top billing.
Yeah.
Right? And they
were good together.
Someone's neck.
Yeah, we get a lot of neck airtime on
just completely folded from the inside out, and we heard everything that you've had to eat in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or drink.
It was an anatomy lesson right there. We found out how the larynx works.
We did. We get a lot of that around here.
Yeah, we do.
My gas is mostly silent, so it ain't me. Did anyone see this character who was at the Dallas Cowboys New York Giants game last weekend, who was wearing a working Iron Man helmet?
Yeah. I mean, equally nerdy as it is awesome, and that was pretty awesome.
The internet's talking about this guy. I haven't seen it yet. Randy Shaver, the man with the working...
I have not seen it.
Do you know the movie? I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about the movie. I saw
Iron Man's pretty cool.
I saw the first one. Anyway, it says here you can do the coolest thing ever, and the internet will still roast you over it. Some guy goes to this ball game. He's got a Dallas Cowboys colored real deal Iron Man helmet. And when I call it a real deal, what I mean is the mask would open when he needed to take a drink of his beer, and then it would close when he was done. I got to get a look at this, Josh.
Let me know if this works.
All right, go ahead and hit play. Oh, wow.
Is that cool?
Oh, wow. That is, I have to admit, that is impressive as all hell. How did he do it? Do you have any idea how he made this at home?
Yeah, people are saying he made it, but I don't have any other details.
Effed up.
It is cool.
So everyone's talking about him, but they're also picking on him because he's a Cowboys fan. I get it. No one likes the Cowboys except me. Says, some of the jokes coming at this guy. Cowboys fans don't know what to spend their money on. They're the same as the owners.
That's clever.
This guy's, there it was again.
Yeah, I heard it.
This guy's probably gotten more enjoyment out of that.
Oh my God, that's hilarious! I'm watching this right now.
That's awesome.
Can we? Is that up on our website? Can we put that on the website?
It's going to be.
Right.
Once our web folks get in.
How does he? Is he controlling it with his hand?
He must be. He must have a hydraulics button or something.
Yeah.
Oh, people are saying you can buy those.
What?
You can buy. So I wonder, do you just buy the mask and then he painted it himself? I wonder how that works. I'd imagine, right? Because the NFL would have to own that, wouldn't they?
I think so.
So I bet he painted it himself.
I don't know the rules, but yes, now we're getting more and more texts saying you can order one of those online, and then he probably just colored it himself. Some of the other jokes headed in this guy's direction. This guy has probably gotten more enjoyment from the mask than watching his favorite football team. And then an inside joke. This is a joke for Marvel people, and I don't even know what it means to be a Marvel person. But one of the jokes is Jarvis missed the playoffs. Anyone get the joke?
No, I don't get it.
I'm not Marvel enough for that one.
Okay.
I've seen almost all of them, and I don't. But I very infrequently do I retain anything from a movie.
What's the other side of the coin? DC Comics or Marvel Comics, you're one or the other. There's no in between.
I like them both.
They fight in the streets to the death over
The hardcore ones do fight in the streets, but normal people like Josh can find enjoyment in both sides.
Yeah, I like the Batman and the Superman as well as the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Randy, you torn on this?
Nope.
Not losing sleep?
Nope.
Someone else has texted in to say that this special Iron Man helmet is voice activated.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that what it is?
Very
okay.
cool.
Or motion censored.
It'd be cool to have pants like that, wouldn't it, at the urinal? I mean, you could text, you could think, your hands are free for a short amount of time now that I think about it.
Oh, man.
It opens up your pants and lowers your drawers for you.
For whatever you need your pants open for.
Voice activated.
Oh, there go my Levi's.
Yeah. That would make things a lot easier.
You start talking, and all the guys next to you, their pants start dropping too.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Siri when you say Siri,
and everybody's phone lights up.
Maybe I don't want my pants to come down in that situation.
That's true. What? Yeah, if you had that power over somebody else's pants, like the boss is giving a speech, that'd be awesome.
Drop the boss's pants and underwears right to his ankles as he's boring us with another.
Now, I don't know what this means, Dana, but people are saying after you said Topanga, they had to disappear to the bathroom for 5 minutes, and now a lot of people are saying they're back. What did they miss? They want to know what they missed.
I'm going to have to look this up.
Men of a certain age, Topanga was an awakening for us.
She kind of looks like a woman that used to work in this building.
I'm going to look
Can I get that woman's number?
Topenga?
Topanga.
God. Right. Oh, man. My Google machine cut loose with Topanga Canyon in California. Does she have a last name, Topanga?
Well, her real name is Danielle Fischel.
Oh, for Christ's sake, forget it. And I'm going to have to ask you how to spell Fischel. Yeah, so much work just for a boner. Daniel Fish?
Yes.
Fischel.
Okay, so people are busting us saying, hey, Jarvis is the AI assistant for Iron Man. Yes, I'm aware of that, but I didn't get the miss the play. Is it just you're ordering it to miss the playoffs?
You're ordering it to miss.
Okay, I thought it was maybe there's a specific thing he says that is a miss the something.
All right. I looked up Danielle Fish. She's very pretty.
She is.
No, I got through that.
Took a couple extra steps, but we did it.
Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray confused and angered some folks. Kyler Murray posed for a picture or two with a dog by his side, and he's wearing a Michael Vick jersey.
Yeah.
Well, not just any dog, a pit bull.
Yeah,
so,
pretty stupid.
Oh, it says here it's a bulldog, and it belongs to Kyler Murray himself. They call it a bulldog. What does it matter? Kyler Murray has apologized for this because he upset a lot of people. He said, I don't condone animal cruelty or dog fighting. I apologize to anybody who was affected. He said he wore the jersey because he grew up admiring Michael Vick. I don't know.
You got to be smarter than that. I mean,
he couldn't put two and two together on that.
Yeah. You got to be smarter
That's
than that.
not like an unknown story.
Yeah. I think he did it thinking he'd get a reaction, and it's not the reaction he was looking for. So then he apologized.
I didn't think he was one of those I need to get a reaction guys.
I
didn't either.
I thought he was just a regular cat. I like this kid a lot. I didn't know he was I'm going to do something to get my name out there type of guy.
Yeah.
I had forgotten some of the things about Michael Vick's situation. This was way back in 2007. Michael Vick, he was in jail for almost 2 years. Federal prison for dogfighting.
Oh, speaking of longest yard, there are a lot of longest yard jokes made back when he was in prison.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Sure.
They call the Michael Vick situation one of the most infamous black marks in modern NFL history. He was one of the faces of the league, went to jail for 2 years. That's one of the things that I did not remember, that he spent that much time behind bars. He was able to return to football. He rehabilitated his image. Michael Vick is currently the head coach at Norfolk State University.
Mm-hmm.
I, like everyone else, I was totally and completely disgusted when I saw the videos that cut loose related to what Michael Vick was up to running some dog fighting league in his garage or whatever the hell it was. I was so disgusted. It was so awful. But I have to say that I think the man has paid his dues in every possible way.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He did his time. He realized his horrible judgment. He's committed many hours to charity involving animals and whatnot.
He legitimately seems remorseful versus kind of a fake apology.
And now he would be a guy that I would be excited to meet in person if I ever got the chance. And it just goes to show you that, folks deserve second chances. I know that's not how we operate anymore. That's certainly not how we operate anymore. We quickly judge and cast folks out, oh my God, at a pace now that is difficult to keep up with. You're not seeing things the way I do, you're gone. You're gone. You're no longer my friend. You suck. You're this. You're... It can't be that way. I mean, you got to let folks try to come back from things. So I like the Michael Vick story.
Are you saying people can change?
Oh, my
If
God.
I can change.
Gonna make the man cry, Josh?
You can change. Everybody can change. Is what Sly said in 85 on Christmas Eve. Hey, this is kind of a deal. That's what I'd call it, a deal. Chad Smith, the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, is going to go ahead and join the University of Minnesota Marching Band for its halftime performance at the Golden Gophers' homecoming football game against Purdue. That's October 11th, their homecoming game. I'm sick and tired of losing to Purdue. I didn't know he was what they call here a Minnesota native.
I hadn't either. I had to look it up. I saw the headline and I thought, I've never heard that before. I knew his parents were alumni at the U. I'd heard that before, but I didn't know he actually was from here.
I didn't know any of this, Cubby.
But he's not an alum of the U, is he?
No.
Okay.
He was busy making
just
rock
from
and roll.
here, though.
Chad Smith, it says here, was born in St. Paul. His parents, Curtis and Joan Smith, are University of Minnesota alums. So he'll be playing with the marching band.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick, have you watched the Drumeo YouTube channel yet?
No, I don't know what you just said.
I mentioned it to you before. So basically, they'll have a famous drummer, and they'll say, "Hey, have you heard this song?" And it's a song you or I or a regular person might know, and they hadn't heard it. So they play the song without the drums, and then they ask them to put in their own drum parts and see how they compare.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Chad Smith did some stuff, and obviously he's a talented drummer, but you'd love that channel.
I remember you
There's
bringing
some
it.
really good stuff there. And I kind
I'm
of
sure
wonder,
some very talented drummers.
Oh, absolutely. Especially there'll be some drummers that maybe from bands you wouldn't expect to have a very good drummer, and you find out they're crazy talented. But I wonder in some of these cases, and I've seen this before, where they'll interview the drummer who actually recorded on the record, and they're kind of like, yeah, I almost wish he didn't do that because he destroyed that. That's the drums that should have been in that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy that channel.
I'm sure I would. I was about ready to make a joke about, like, say, Ricky Rocket from Poison or something. But like Josh just said, there's plenty of guitarists, drummers, bands in general where you think, they don't have much to offer, and then you see them operate live, and it throws you completely. A good example was many years ago, I went to see Journey in concert, and Randy Shaver, I was drunk.
I'll bet.
I got drunk for the Journey concert.
I'll bet.
And In the middle of the concert, a drum solo starts up with their drummer. He didn't die, did he? Steve Smith? He's still around, right? Journey drummer Steve Smith.
As far as I know, he's alive.
For whatever reason, I've got this terrible feeling that the man has died.
Oh, that would be news to me.
Okay. I was pissed off.
No, he's alive.
Okay, good. I was pissed off. They're pumping out hits. Beautiful show. It's Journey, for Christ's sake. How can you go wrong? And suddenly a drum solo starts up. And I verbalized my disappointment. A Steve Smith drum solo, I'm shouting as I'm hammered. Who the hell wants to see? You're kidding me. You could be playing this song or that song, and it's a Steve Smith. He was so friggin' outstanding by the end, I had tears in my eyes. He was unbelievable, and it's very hard these days, even though this was probably 20 years ago, very hard for a drum solo to be captivating, but Steve Smith was truly terrific that evening.
You know who's a band like that? Train. The band Train were...
Come on. We've got limited time to talk to Randy, John.
I'm telling you the truth. I thought the same thing. I saw them where they were doing cover songs, and these guys can play, the band.
I couldn't even tell you a Train song. Tell me a Train song.
Drops of Jupiter. You probably heard that one before.
All right, go ahead.
The band, they can play anything. I mean, they are so good. I was surprised.
Could they play Eagle Fly Free by Halloween?
They can play almost anything.
Almost anything. You know what I've found interesting over the years, not that it matters, is, and speaking of drummers, and back to this Chad Smith situation, the guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he's going to go ahead and play with the U of M band on Homecoming. What I've found interesting is that all anyone wants to talk about, all anyone wants to say about Chad Smith is how much he looks like Will Ferrell.
Yes.
I like it when those two get together and they go along
very fun.
They wear the same outfits.
But this is the part that people need to know. And I've been preaching this for years. There's a famous drummer who looks even more like Will Ferrell, and that's Night Ranger drummer Kelly Keagy, who is also, I think, from Minnesota. But since Night Ranger has never been as hip as the Red Hot Chili Peppers, nobody acknowledges that Kelly Keagy looks even more like Will Ferrell than Chad Smith. Everyone goes straight to the Chad. Kelly Keagy looks more, and he's also a famous drummer. That's the weird... If you don't know who I'm talking about, look it up. I'm right.
Oh, geez, you are right.
That's one way to stand up for Night Ranger.
They're incredible.
That's one way to stand up for them.
Anybody who says otherwise, I don't understand.
Twins lost a rubber game with the Yankees last night, 10-5. Stupid Aaron Judge went 3 for 4. The Yankees moved within 4 games of first place. Toronto in the American League East. Day off for the 20s today.
Bigger story is
Yes.
what's happening between Cleveland and Detroit.
I was going to ask you about that.
The Guardians are now 4.5 behind the Tigers. They are closing in on a wild card spot, which is Boston's currently. They're only like 2 games behind, or 2.5 behind the Red Sox. But Cleveland has won 6 in a row, 9 of their last 10. And if Detroit's not careful, in the next 2 weeks, we could have a final week showdown between those two teams for the Central Division title. Cleveland has come out of nowhere because for a long time they were dead in the water, and all of a sudden they are just playing great. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what the Tigers did last year.
Yeah.
When the Tigers had like a 1% chance to make the playoffs and went on that incredible run to get into the postseason. So it's the only other interesting baseball race is the failure of the New York Mets right now.
Good.
That's the other conversation.
That's fine by me.
They spent all that money. They're now 12.5 behind the Phillies, but more importantly, they are barely ahead of Arizona, who basically gave up the ghost and is now in the wild card chase. That would be amazing if the Mets were to completely fail and not make the playoffs.
A
after
different
all they've
version of
done.
the amazing Mets right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Way different version, right.
So that's cool. I was going to ask you about that, if it was just a liquor talking, or could the Guardians actually steal the division from the Tigers?
They could.
They're right there. They play again today. The two clubs play each other today.
Yep.
And then the Guardians come here for 4 games.
Well,
that could
count
mean
those as 4 wins.
That could be. My buddy Frags, he doesn't want to hear this. He's a Michigan guy. He's a big Detroit Tigers fan. He shows up at the bar all the time with his friggin' Justin Verlander jersey. Frags does not want to talk about this, but it's true. The Guardians could catch him.
And not only that, Nick, they play 3 at home against the Tigers the last week of the regular season. So if they're within 3, and after they play the Twins for that 4-game set, they clearly could be. This thing could come right down to the last couple of days.
There you go.
Which is exciting.
This is fun. I'm getting all kinds of text messages from people saying, holy balls, you're right. Kelly Kagi from Night Ranger looks even more like Will Ferrell than Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I've been saying it out loud for 20 years. But no, Night Ranger isn't as interesting as the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so everyone goes straight to... I'm not trying to take anything away from Chad Smith. How weird would that be if I was trying to take something? But it's true. Look it up yourself. How do I say this, Josh? CFH bass player Jesus is texted in on drummers. He says, speaking of drummers, can we get a break from people swinging from Travis Barker's jock? The guy plays pop, bunk, wannabe rock in 4/4 time. Ooh, that's got to be difficult.
I will not stand for that.
The Lynx won last night, so they're moving on to the next round of the playoffs.
Big comeback.
Yeah, weren't they down 14 late?
They were down 17 late.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were down 17 at one point, trailed by 14, I think, in the fourth quarter. It's their biggest comeback in a while, and that obviously sends them to the next round, so they don't have to play a game 3. They could rest now. So,
yeah,
big win.
It's only the second. The Lynx last night became only the second WNBA team since 2006 to win a game when trailing by 14 or more points in the fourth quarter since 2006. The Lynx were 0-76 when behind by at least 14 points when entering the fourth quarter until last night. Series over. Lynx move smooth on to the next round ski. They'll face the winner of the New York Phoenix series, which is currently tied at 1 game apiece.
Yep.
Oh, my God. That was a lot of oxygen I needed right there.
Yeah.
Man Bear Pigs head coach Gene Snitsky, Bob Berglund, John Hines. I get confused whether it's...
WLOL,
yeah.
man.
Josh has the same problems. Is it John Hines? Is it Bob Berglund? Is it Gene Snitsky? He's going to be a United States Olympic hockey assistant come February. I was totally unaware of this. They're doing another Winter Olympics.
2 weeks off. Yeah, they're taking 2 weeks in February for the Olympics. Yeah.
I didn't know the Winter Olympics were back already.
They are. They're back this winter.
You're right.
That's when they're doing them, huh?
Yep.
About time they put it in the winter.
You're right about all that. The NHL will take a 2-week break for the Winter Olympics in February. John Hines will be in Italy trying to land a gold medal. As you likely already know, Pigs general manager Bill Guerin will be serving the same role for Team USA. Hopefully he's got the Russian kid signed by then to play for the Pigs, not for Team USA. So here's the coaching staff. It's Bob Berglund, David Quinn, John Tortorella. Can we let go of this yet? Can we let go of the John Tortorella thing, for Christ's sake?
Even I know that name.
Come on. There's not another United States-born coach that can take that gig. Gig is how I should have said it. John Tortorella is a moron. The head coach is Mike Sullivan. The tournament begins February 11th in Milan, Italy. Oh, Milan. That brings me back to when a band called Right Said Fred informed us that they were too sexy for Milan. Do you recall that, Josh?
Yeah, he was sexy for a lot of stuff.
They were too sexy for Milan, New York, or Japan, I think, in that song.
I think he was even too sexy for his own clothing, his shirt specifically.
His shirt, he did. He mentioned his shirt. Oh, there you go, Randy Shaver. One more tomorrow. Hey, we just got a text that says hubba hubba zoot zoot. Remember that one?
Sure.
Yeah, when I was a kid, when I listened to Hines and Berglund on the radio, they had a catchy little morning radio song called Hubba Hubba Zoot Zoot. We sung it up and down the halls at my grade school.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Hubba Hubba Zoot Zoot a Yum Yum. But that was a long time ago.
That was.
So how many women did you conquer in Albert Lee when you...
Can we put an over-under on it?
When you first got to Albert Lee...
Zero. There were zero.
No women in Albert Lee.
Zero.
You got to be the only guy that's gone through Albert Lee and wasn't able to put a notch in their belt.
That's when you go and you need a slump buster. You go to Albert Lee.
Zero.
A slump buster.
Oh, my God.
I wonder if I've ever been a slump buster.
Oh, you have. We
You
all
might
have.
have been.
Yeah. I've been a slump buster. You've been a slump buster. Hubba hubba zoot zoot a yum yum. It's happened to everybody.
I wonder if I don't even know if I want to know.
Well, why would it bother you? Why would
it's
it
all
bother
the same.
you?
Well, I mean, it's not quite the same. It's not all the same.
You're one of these guys that catches feelings so easily. You know?
To be meaningful, sure.
I mean, you realize that sometimes they bang you just to bang.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, so it's nothing personal.
Yeah, there's been rumors for a long time about
it's
that.
It's medical. It's scientific. It's
right.
Yeah,
it's nature.
Yeah,
just relieving the pressure, Josh.
Getting the poison out, as it were.
You have been a slump buster, and that's okay, Cubby.
Yeah.
You were doing your...
Actually, be proud of that.
Yeah.
Cubby.
All right, now I am proud of that.
Yeah.
How long can they last? Could my entire marriage mean I'm my wife's slump buster?
That would be extreme. It would be. Yeah, it's not a thing. You shouldn't be worried about. Tomorrow, Randy Shaver will do her one more time skis, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
We will talk to you, next morning. How do I say that,
Yeah, tomorrow
Josh?
morning.
Tomorrow morning. Coming up next, grab a hold of your telephone, 651-989-9393 if you have a question for our next guest. She is a professional veterinarian, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital. She'll be in to take questions about your pets when we come back on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Actor Michael Rosenbaum, he knows some of the most talented people in the business.
And we try to bring you candid, open interviews, not just actor stuff. Julie Bowen is fantastic.
You know when you leave a job and you know you haven't done your very best job? I hate that feeling.
And if you're here for the wonderful Sarah Silverman, you came to the right place.
Comedy dies in the second guessing of your audience. You just have to keep writing what you think is funny right now.
The Inside of You podcast.
If you really love the podcast,
follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Follow us. It's free.
It's Dr. Andrea.
Here to save you about $5,000 and answer your pet questions. It's Dr. Andrea.
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to our nonsense, the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. It's around that time to welcome the most popular lady in the county. Again, the text machine is exploding with questions for our next guest, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital in Minnetonka. Our Dr. Andrea segment is brought to you by the Stray Dog Restaurant and Bar in Northeast Minneapolis. Just for you folks, our wonderful listeners, they're offering up an additional 20% off all online orders with special promo code 93X. So go to the Stray Dog Northeast website, order yourself something or another to eat, type that promo code 93X in, and you get 20% off. Thank you to Stray Dog Restaurant and Bar for helping us out. Good morning, Dr. Andrea.
Good morning. Happy belated.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that very much. It's always good to see you. Questions are pouring in, like I said. But first off, how you been doing?
I'm all right.
Well, you said earlier it's been a tough week. You were bitten by a cat.
Yeah.
And now you may have rabies.
Are you Catwoman?
Did you bring rabies into the...
I may have.
Yeah.
I may have.
You were bitten by... Why did this cat take a bite out of Dr. Andrea?
Well, I was trying... Actually, it's neurologic, right? So any neurologic cat that comes in, you worry. Rabies is always on your list, even though it's incredibly rare.
Like what kind of signs of neurologic?
So this cat was walking like it was intoxicated, couldn't stand up straight, and it had like rapid eye movement up and down.
Sure.
Okay, so me on a Friday night.
Yeah. And I was pilling it to get some meds on board, and it took a chomp out of my finger.
Man.
But it hadn't received rabies vaccine yet, and it's young. It was like a 13-week-old kitten.
So you are on rabies watch. What does that mean to be on rabies watch? What symptoms are you looking for?
I shouldn't laugh about it, but if the cat dies within a 10-day window, it has to be tested for rabies. That's the only way you can test for rabies is by submitting the brain.
Okay.
And if it tests positive, then I'm going in for all the shots, all the rabies shots.
So you don't have to have them just in case? Because my daughter was attacked. It doesn't matter whose dog it was. But it was someone's dog.
Here we go again.
And she had to immediately. I mean, that was where our choices, right? Do we cut the head off the dog, or we give you the shot? So she had to get him right away.
Yeah. So a couple of things. It depends on where the bite is. I talked to the Department of Health yesterday or 2 days ago. It depends on where you're bit and how bad it was. It wasn't horrible for me because it was on my finger.
She was bit in the face.
Is there a mark on your finger?
I mean, it's underneath my nail, which hurts.
Sure.
It bit the nail.
I'll bet.
Clearly, I'm on antibiotics, right? Because that's what you have to do right away. But I mean, they don't recommend shots unless the cat dies and tests positive. And I have gotten the rabies vaccine. So in vet school, they do that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't even know there was one.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing this for so many years.
Yeah.
You've had rabies shots before, I would imagine. Okay.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I mean, no, I actually haven't had the prophylactic shots, the ones where they do it in the butt. They're super expensive.
Sure.
So insurance has to cover it,
But like a regular.
Where they do it?
I didn't know they had human vaccine.
So rabies. Yeah. Well, so vet school, we do have something to protect, and then we take titers to make sure that we're still protected.
What's that? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Like blood to make sure that you still have an antibody response if you were to get. Yeah.
Simon wants to know if that happens, can you bite the cat back, or maybe that'd be doubly dangerous?
That would probably increase my risk of rabies.
But so far during this current rabies watch, you feel fine.
I'm fine.
You are foaming at the mouth a little bit.
When you walked in, you were licking the back of your hand and combing your hair.
Totally.
Yeah. So.
I mean, my kids are so nervous about it. I shouldn't even said anything. They're
are
funny.
they?
I'm like, guys, relax.
You'll be all right.
I'd be worried
all
about
good.
that. By the way, if you need it, the litter box is right over there.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of cats acting strange, I have a question for Too Broke to Motorsport Jesus. I'll try and sum this up. It's a long text. So essentially, they've got a 6-month-old kitten, and they're eating dinner last night. The cat becomes very vocal and didn't even try and steal their pizza, which he said is abnormal for the the cat, right? Tries to climb up and steal the food.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think too much of it. But then the cat became silent and just laid on the floor, on all fours, tummy on the floor. Wouldn't play, move, or anything.
Really?
And then he'd take maybe a few steps and then lay down again. So they're starting to get concerned.
Yeah.
Because usually he likes to play and follow them around the house.
Yeah.
Half hour later, he wouldn't get up off the floor. They noticed his eyes were fully dilated.
This cat swallowed somebody's gummies.
Yeah, it's possible.
Our buddy's dog,
possible.
that happened to his dog. So
Yeah.
there's a bunch. See, the cat seemed disoriented, didn't seem like in pain. They had him neutered and vaccinated last Friday. They don't know if that's somehow related.
Josh, text this guy and ask him if he's got gummies in the house. Really, honestly, that sounds like gummies.
They get weird.
He's wondering if it's a stroke. Says his wife's freaking out.
I mean, two things.
Reginald P. Cheeto Esquire, by the way, is the name of the cat.
Wow, that's a good one. Two things I worry about: seizure and neurologic issues, like a rabies cat, but not rabies, or actually heart disease. So if it threw a clot. So I would get the heart checked out. You can do a blood test called a pro-BNP to see if the heart's having to work harder. And if the cat's back to normal, watch for more neurologic episodes like seizures and things like that.
Hey, just a little kitty?
Yeah, that's interesting.
6 months old? Another listener has texted in for Dr. Andrea's advice. They have a miniature schnauzer that's very pregnant.
Wow. Congrats.
And you're about ready to have a total mess on your hands. This listener, Tom from Wyoming, he thinks that his miniature schnauzer, little lady there, is in her final week. So he's just curious, what should I be looking out for that might tell me that she's ready to pop?
Yeah, so she will start kind of preparing, nesting, make sure that you have a whelping bed or box. She'll start to get uncomfortable and start to kind of create that little bed for the puppies. You can start taking serial temperatures, like rectal temperatures, to see if her temperature drops. Usually gestation's like 60, 62, 64 days. So if you're around that time, be ready. A lot of times they'll do it at night too, so you might need to check on her in the evenings.
When a dog is ready to give birth, the temperature drops. I remember when our Springer, the best girl in the whole world, Megan Marie, when she... you know how we were joking around with Ashley when Ashley was pregnant about how uncomfortable she looked? And it was true,
and the noises
wasn't it?
she made. Oh, yeah. The noises
Ashley was so uncomfortable.
It was always like dad noises she would make.
Megan Marie made it very clear how uncomfortable she was in the last. She could barely cross the room, and she did all that nesting that you mentioned, and it was a beautiful thing. Okay, yeah, I'm sure Tom out there in Wyoming appreciates it. Cute little miniature schnauzer puppies.
But they'll be cute.
I bet they'll be adorable.
Yeah.
You were saying?
I was going to say, I think about elephants who, their gestation's like 16 months or something, walking around with huge elephant in your belly.
In the climate that they live in,
Yes.
and I hope they're used to it by now.
I know.
I hope they've adapted to that environment by now.
Man.
There's a CPAP Jesus has a stray cat on their front porch.
Oh, yeah.
And they're developing a bit of a relationship.
Oh, wow.
They said he rubs on them, lays down, likes the belly rubs, but sometimes hisses at them or swipes when they're trying to walk away. They want to know, why does it do that? Also, we have an indoor cat. Should we ever bring the stray in the house or let it be outdoor only?
Oof, that's a tough one. Outdoor cats or stray cats come with a lot of disease or can have some disease, so I'd get it checked out at a vet first, put it in a kennel if it can and will go in a kennel and get it checked out. But sometimes if they're feral, they're always feral. They always have that spiciness in them. So I wouldn't bring it in the house until it's checked out, until you realize that the cats could get along too, because that could be pretty nasty as well.
I'm just trying to picture how many of my friends I would call to help me when it's time to put a stray cat in a kennel.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle for sure.
They'll rip your lips off for you.
Oh, yeah. And then what?
And then kiss their ass with them. Dr. Andrea, this question begins with, how bad is aspartame for dogs? You familiar with
like the sugar, like aspartame?
Yes.
I might be drinking some right now.
It's obvious that you graduated college. We have a golden retriever who likes to drink some beer, but recently she's started to knock over sugar-free cans of soda and drink as much as she can. My wife went nuts when she saw that there was aspartame in the soda. Is this really bad for her?
She might be confusing it with xylitol. You know,
Okay.
like all those sugar-free gums have xylitol in them.
Yeah.
It's like a sugar additive, makes it sweet. That is toxic to dogs. So if
Okay.
dogs get into like a pack of gum, it can cause their liver to fail and they can go hypoglycemic. Aspartame, I never had an issue with.
Okay.
So, I mean, I wouldn't encourage it, but xylitol is the big one.
All right, write that down, dude. Xylitol.
Yeah, xylitol.
I won't read his Jesus name because it would get us fired.
Oh, is it pretty foul?
But-
Hold on to it. I want to know later, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to set this aside for Cubby. He likes dirty jokes.
I do. Chaos Coordinator Jesus has a question about a dog.
A dog, you say?
5-month-old named Bucky.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know if we've heard this before. Bucky ate 2 boxes of Heart Guard and 2 boxes of flea and tick medicine, about a year's worth.
My God.
Wow.
Was he going out of town or something?
He's never going to get any issues. So, threw up twice. Beyond that, eating and drinking, acting normal. It was 2 days ago. Do you think he's in the clear? Or anything else they should be watching out for?
How big is he?
5 months. I don't have a weight here.
So they actually do studies on those drugs that they can tolerate a really high dose or 10 times the dose of what they're supposed to get. There's a number on the back of the box. I would just call the company and just make sure. Usually if they're 2 days out and the dog's fine, you can't induce vomiting now and get the rest of the pills up. But I would just call the box or the manufacturer on the box and just check with them.
So she said, what about like next month when they're supposed to give it again? Do you hold off for a while?
No, I would give it again.
You still would?
Yeah, but I would call the back of the box and talk with them. They usually have a vet on call.
We're jaw-jacking with the most popular guest in the history of this radio show, Dr. Andrea Johnston from Gurman Animal Hospital in Minnetonka. We got to take a break in a minute, but first, I dig this when folks text in with these types of questions. 2 separate questions, but they're similar. Number one, we have a listener who's interested in getting into your profession.
Oh, cool.
So they wanted a quick background on your education and what kind of qualifications and this and that. They're looking for, advice from a pro.
Yeah. Well, I had to do 4 years of undergrad. I went to Miami of Ohio. So 4 years of biology. And then I went to 4 years of vet school and then 1 year of an internship.
Wow.
So, yeah, lots of school. I mean, it's rigorous. It's worth it. It's just lots of school and lots of debt.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well, yeah. A lot of folks can
And then,
relate.
like, getting your foot in the door with a vet clinic, working there, figuring out if you really enjoy it.
Do you have internships?
We do for technicians and students.
Okay.
We take U of M students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other question was about veterinary medicine and what's the other one that deals with human beings? What's the fancy word for that?
Like human med? Or?
Human medicine?
Yeah.
Does anyone out there do both? Is that allowed?
When I was in vet school, there was a gentleman in the class above me who was a human doctor and went back to school to become a veterinarian.
And then
but you have to do the 4 years still of vet school.
Sure, that makes sense. You don't.
Crazy.
I mean, well, it kind of makes sense though, right? You don't want to be doing human procedures on a
Totally.
dog.
Yeah.
And he went on to do both at the same time.
No, he just practiced veterinary medicine.
Man,
that kid. I wonder if there's any mess ups, like he accidentally spayed a lady.
Hope not.
Josh, I mean, I could barely make it at Brown Institute.
Are you too smart? If you can do both
a year
those?
program at Brown Institute troubled the hell out of me.
Oh, this is a great point from I'll Try Anything 4 Times Jesus. If there's ever a rivalry, I don't know if there is a rivalry between doctors and vets.
We love rivalries.
Where do mobsters go? Where do they trust their health issues?
I don't know. I would say a vet. It's funny because the whole thing behind veterinarians is we say we're the real doctors because we treat how many different species versus one.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
But we go through the same amount of school.
You treat a species that can't explain to you what's wrong with them.
That.
You treat a species that can't tell you where it hurts.
Yep.
Fascinating stuff. We got to take a break. More of your questions for Dr. Andrea when we come on back here on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
It's Dr. Andrea
on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
This is a great lead-in right here. This is a great lead-in to our second round of questions for Dr. Andrea here on the Half-Assed Morning Show. Text came in that simply says, how the heck is Dr. Andrea so damn smart? She answers every question quick AF without even thinking. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Thanks.
Tonka Tig Welding Jesus wants to know, how the hell do you get so smart?
Notice that on day one. There's no confusion in your face. We can see, and you pretty much just kind of shake your head as the question's being asked, and you know exactly the answer.
And the questions are all over the board, too. And, like, with me, if somebody said, hey, when's your birthday? Like, I have to stop and think about it for a little bit,
I've answered that question incorrectly before.
I don't know. Maybe there's somebody fact-checking me and was like, this girl is full of it.
No, you'd know. I bet you'd know.
Possible.
It's funny, when we have a trooper segment, they all get a little nervous, and they'll tell us off air, I'm going to get so much crap from my partners if I screw something up. And they even get crap when they don't screw something up.
I bet.
Right off the get-go here, a question about little Miss Sadie Mae. I think she's a dog.
Cute.
Dr. Andrea, our little Miss Sadie Mae, will push down and arrange her food before she eats it. It is adorable. Have you heard of something like this before?
Yeah, my dog does that. He tries to bury it before he eats it.
Oh, my dog does that too. I've been curious about this.
They mess around with it. I don't know if it's like a protective mechanism for them to kind of just hide it or play with it. It's nothing to worry about. It's just a behavioral thing.
Kind of cute. It's
cute as hell.
It is cute. It is cute.
Cop that uses fuzzy cuffs, Jesus, says, what happens if my husky ate a king-size Kit Kat, wrapper and all?
He'll be fine.
Totally okay?
Yeah. I mean, people worry about chocolate so much, but it's the dark chocolate that's the issue. The wrapper, I guess, could be a problem, but typically the wrappers pass pretty easily. Just make sure he's pooping and eating and not vomiting. You'll probably see that orange wrapper come out soon.
Oh, God. Yeah. You'll recognize that right away.
Got a golden ticket.
What's the slogan over there at Kit Kat?
Break me up a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
You'll be singing that. You'll be singing
what could you rhyme with Kit in that situation? If this was only just a podcast, we could sing it.
Exactly. More, my dog ate this, my dog ate that kind of a thing. My mini dachshund is eating crab apples and the pits in our yard. How bad is that for him since the pits have arsenic? It sounds like you answered your own question, right? What? Is that true? The pits of
the pits aren't great. I mean, you have to have a lot of those cranberries to have an issue with arsenic. If anything, it causes like horrible GI upset. I see a lot of dogs with diarrhea from those.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
When my old dachshund had diarrhea, it was just terrible. He could make the mess of a dog 10 times his size.
Oh, the diarrhea's awful. Trying to clean that up. That is terrible stuff.
All right. Here we go again. We do get repeat questions here for Dr. Andrea. You know, she's on every 2 weeks, and we understand that some of you are hearing her for the first time, and that's what makes the whole thing so fun. I know you've had to answer this question a few times before, but another listener is... Well, they're asking the question in a little bit of a odd way. Why the hell do dog testicle implants exist? Why is this a thing? Why? Dog testicle implants, yes.
I agree. Why?
Do dogs care?
No, but the owners do. It's like taking away their masculinity. So they want their dogs to have...
Oh, I was so glad when we got our dogs neutered.
Yeah.
So glad. There was no reason for them to be that large. And
I will say, I don't know if this is true or not, but like show dogs, you know, if they have a testicular issue and they have to get neutered and they want them to still look intact, I don't know if that's acceptable to use nudicles, but there is literally no medical reason for a dog to have nudicles.
I forgot that it was called nudicles.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering because of all that, like if my dog's going to be bummed out, and he didn't seem to even notice. He was probably glad as well.
And even though we covered this before, I forgot your answer, which was... It's simply for the dog owners. The dog does not care.
Correct.
Do you do those at your clinic?
We've done like one. You have to order them, and the guy has to choose the size.
Oh my God!
Really? I hope this isn't rude to ask, but like, if somebody wanted to do that, what would you expect to spend?
Gosh, more expensive than a neuter. I mean, we don't do it enough, but I would say between $1,000 and $2,000.
Oh wow!
I don't know. I mean, we just don't do them that. They're expensive.
I guess
to purchase them too.
That seems so silly to me. So silly.
Right?
It looks like a normal peach Jesus. That's a new one to me. Is it Cavachon?
Cavachon.
Okay, is that a dog, I'm assuming?
Cavalier Bichon.
Okay.
2 different breeds.
Has a female. 8 rabbit intestines. Didn't know until it was puked all over her house.
Oh.
Should I be worried? And why the hell did she mess around on me like that?
My dog did that too. He dragged him out of the marsh. It's disgusting. There's nothing I worry about. Rabbits eat grass and leaves. So in terms of parasites, things like that, I check a fecal sample, but I'm not worried about the dog. Pretty benign.
Yeah.
Just gross.
Rabbit guts.
Yeah.
From one end of town to the other, your dog will chomp them up.
What about acorns? Any issue with eating acorns?
No. No.
I bet you're one regular sumbitch.
Yeah, probably.
That sounds...
Oh, I bet that would hurt to pass, depending on how much you chew them up.
Terrible.
Can you grow an oak tree in your stomach?
It's like an apple seed, right?
And you said something or another about rabbits. Here's a guy who's got a rabbit in the house. He's got a rabbit in the house. He says it's around 8 years old. It's litter box trained.
Wow. That's impressive.
That is impressive. just moved into a new house, and all of a sudden he's not going in the litter box. Is it like a cat thing?
Yeah.
So it's like you have to get him a second one.
Yeah, or it's a behavioral thing, a scent thing. You know, obviously he's not wanting to use the litter box. Just like a cat, you know, they're very particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute to
I'd
have
get
a
another
rabbit.
box.
I think I could handle a rabbit running around the house.
I don't know. Their pee is really smelly.
I don't think you'd like a rabbit.
Oh, the pee's bad?
Oh, yeah.
And why do you think I wouldn't like a rabbit?
I just think because they do kind of smell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They break their
poop
backs.
all the time. Oh,
Like,
yikes! I didn't know that.
How do they break their backs?
Like if you hold them wrong, their backs break so easily.
Oh, no, I want no part of that. Yeah, I don't want to be holding a broken rabbit because I picked him up too quickly, like George from Of Mice and Men or something. Or Lenny, George, which was the one that...
We know what you're talking about. I was not expecting a Mice and Men reference.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
Did you? I'm a literary type of a guy. Is that the right word, Josh? Dr. Andrea, thanks again.
Thank you.
Had a blast.
Thank you.
I mean, Dana, how long have you worked here?
About 4.5, 5 years now.
And you don't realize that Nick makes a John Steinbeck quote or reference like at least weekly?
I'm actually pretty surprised. That's impressive.
I do. I love the theme, the little bass line for his television show on the show Steinbeck.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Buddy Kramer.
Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, that's where it's at. We got to go.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Of course.
We love
thanks.
having you. Shout out to Ham's listener Jesus and the one and only Bad Bitch from Byron. Headed to Chicago. Nick, listen to this lineup.
All right.
They're going to go see Emo Phillips, Weird Al, and the Beach Boys. Are they all performing together, or are these separate shows you're going to?
That is maybe the best trifecta of live acts I've heard all day.
Yeah, that's great.
Is that one show? Well, I think Emo and Weird Al, they used to tour together all the time.
I wonder.
They were very good. Did you know that Emo and Weird Al were
No,
tight?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I can see why.
The Beach Boys, that must be the next night or something. Let's say hi to John Stamos for us.
Please do. Shout out to Too Fat for Ozempic Jesus. He's making his maiden voyage on the 93X Booze Cruise tomorrow night.
Jesus, that's tomorrow night?
Yeah.
I got to get my act. I got to get a shower.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with some conversation topics, and I'm practicing smiling. I'm going to do my best, just in case I have to take a photo. Happy 37th work anniversary to Wisco Maple Syrup, Jesus' wife. She was 16 when she started there.
Wow.
Still going strong almost 40 years later. Congratulations to Don't Have a Jesus Named Jesus, 1 year sober today. Very glad to hear that. Keep it up. Happy 20th to Bill, a.k.a. Mr. Fence. Happy birthday to Josh and his girlfriend Katrina from Bookshelf Jesus. Happy birthday to a better lawyer than a firefighter, Jesus, from Nate Outdoors, Jesus. Please have a wonderful Booze Cruise Eve, and consider this our official invitation to join us again tomorrow morning.
You're listening to the radio. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.